Hello and welcome to this special Thursday night edition of yet another sports podcast. Chris and I are about to watch here, it starts in about 3 minutes, the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft. We do plan on recording our reactions to all the picks. We still have our mock drafts here. We're going to see how close we get. I don't think we're going to be close at all. I think we'll get the first overall pick and a smattering of some of the top 10 after that, but I think there's going to be a lot of trades, and I think it's going to be a wild one. Speaking of which, wild ones. A.J. Brown just got an extension, 3-year deal by the Eagles. Also, earlier this week, the Sun God got paid.
Oh my gosh, he got paid.
4 years, 122 million?
120 something, yeah.
120 something million and 77 million guaranteed.
Yeah, it was definitely, yes. Yeah, I think that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, he got paid. So if anybody was wondering why Justin Jefferson's deal seems to be taking a while, there's your answer.
Oh, yeah.
He was waiting to see what these other guys made so that he can totally reset the market.
Because I was going to say, because you got to remember, now Amon-Ra, when he signed that deal, makes him the most paid wide receiver. You know JJ's looking at him and going, bitch, you know I'm worth more than that. Which I can't disagree with.
And nobody can. Nobody can.
But, man, he's going to be expensive. Like, we're probably looking at, 150 million? Like, we're talking QB numbers for a wide receiver here.
3 years, A.J. Brown's 3 years, 96 million, 84 guaranteed.
You know, if he would have had a better year last year, he would have gotten more, I think.
I think so,
He just had kind of a slightly down year last year.
He did. But I think overall, that's still a good deal for him.
Can you imagine right now if Caleb doesn't go number one?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The way he's, dancing, and he's like, you know he thinks he's going number one, right?
Of course he knows he's going number one.
Can you imagine a world where he doesn't? Like, you want to talk about Aaron Rodgers being mad that he slipped down out of, how many QBs got taken above him kind of thing? In comparison, I just feel like this would be more, yeah. That'd be crazy. So hopefully you and I are roughly in the same spot watching. If one of us is ahead of the other, then we can just make sure.
Let me see here.
We can just make sure that we communicate that to each other while it's going. So that way we don't ruin each other's experience.
Where is? I want the recap.
Oh no.
Oh no?
I don't know what just happened there. Okay. For some reason my TV just conked out for a second, so it threw all my Discord stuff that was on my TV over onto my monitor. So everything just moved around, and I was looking over my TV and be like, what happened to my TV? And it just reset for some reason. It turned on and off again.
All right.
Sorry if we're not entertaining at the moment. We're just kind of watching and trying to
We're watching the beginning of the draft here.
We're just getting soaked in. We're getting ready.
Let me see here. I've got NFL on because apparently the ESPN Plus wanted to be a jerk to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So I've got Rich Eisen in here with...
Yep, that's who I'm watching right now too.
Yep.
I love Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen's great.
Rich Eisen is a pretty good dude. I always find myself entertained by his shows.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't always agree with him, but he's still entertaining.
Yep, they're talking about it being the first time it's being held in Detroit, which that's pretty cool. I'm very happy that this is this draft deserves to be in Detroit. It's a big
Oh,
track.
especially after the season they had and the
Oh, yeah.
upcoming expected season they're gonna have.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
But there's no
Mhm.
way that the Bears are gonna like let this like work out. They're probably gonna quickly just go, "We're done. We're ready to go." Like there's no reason
Well,
to play out the clock, right?
I personally feel like the NFL. I
Mm-hmm.
personally feel like the NFL probably deliberately slows down. They may have already turned in their pick.
Do you think they deliberate? They might have.
I
Yeah, they
think
might.
because they want to stretch. I think they want to make this probably 3 hours, three and a half.
That's possible. Yeah. Okay. I could understand that.
Because that
'Cause I remember
first,
last year, there like the first like 10 picks took forever, but then also after that, it sped
yeah,
up
the
real
first
quick
10
after that.
picks took like an hour, and then all of a sudden it just went bing, 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 bing.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you hear that the I don't remember if we talked about it, but I remember seeing something about it. And you might have brought it up, and I might have, I don't know, glazed over it. But like the Arizona GM basically being like, "I'm not taking phone calls for trades of our pick until we're on the clock."
Nope, I did not hear anything about that, but that doesn't
Yeah,
surprise me. Also,
yeah.
hockey wise, real quick, I want to break this in because I think it's funny.
But as well, we're on
The
commercial.
Arizona Coyotes have moved into Utah now, and Utah has
Oh, yeah.
welcomed them. Salt Lake City has welcomed them, but their records, their providence, everything that was the team's past, stayed in Arizona with Alex Morello.
Interesting.
As long as now, here's the part that I found weird. The apparent way the reporting goes is as long as Morello holds the rights to the Coyotes' legacy stays in Arizona. Would that mean if he
Okay.
sold the legacy, he couldn't sell the or if he sold the team and the rights, could he not sell the legacy? Would it revert to Utah?
Hmm. Hmm.
That's a
Probably.
that's a good question.
Probably though.
I'd imagine that's the correct answer, probably.
I mean, it would make the most logical sense outside of just giving it to the city of Arizona, I guess,
Yeah. I
or
mean,
the
if
state
he
of Arizona.
sold it, I could see him tacking on extra to sell the legacy with it. But
Yeah.
apparently, when they kicked them out of Mullet Arena and they kicked everything out, one of several of the banners found their way into the trash for some reason,
Hmm.
including there was one guy, I can't even remember who it was now, but his banner found the way into the garbage can, and they rescued it from the garbage can and gave it to the player.
Of course.
So
By the way, I of course, because it's gonna be a long night, poured myself a drink.
I also have a drink, but mine is non-alcoholic.
So for those who decide to join and drink, pick whatever you wish. Obviously, we are drinking whatever it is that we wish.
Mm-hmm. I'm drinking some red stuff. No, it's not blood.
I am drinking some Tennessee cider whiskey.
That
It
sounds
is.
good.
It is pretty good. It's kind of like an apple pie in a glass with a little bit of whiskey. It's pretty
Although
good.
an alcoholic apple pie in a glass.
That's why I said apple pie in a glass with a little bit of whiskey.
Ah, Tennessee whiskey and a mountain man.
Mhm.
All right, here we are.
I might be ahead of you. I don't know.
I think you might be again. The NFL stuff is always a couple of seconds ahead or a couple of seconds behind. There's always a delay on it.
Well, I'm on the NFL Network, but I'm also using Sling through it instead, so it might be considered
Yeah,
cable
the one
instead
of
of.
the app on my phone is always a little behind.
All right.
I'm
Well,
looking
whenever
at a
you see
Roger
the pick is
Goodell
in, whichever
thing.
one of us sees the pick is in first, we'll let the other one know. best case scenario, we're only like a couple seconds off from each other.
Yeah, I'm watching a Roger Goodell Barry Sanders cringe commercial.
I am also watching a commercial, but there's a lot of other people involved besides just the two of them.
Yeah, I know. I just noticed that.
Yep. Okay. Of course, it's in Detroit. Who else do you bring out?
Of course, there he is. That's so
what?
dumb.
Yeah, even he looks like that was the dumbest thing you could have said. I'm glad we're not streaming this because we would be copyrighted all over.
Yeah,
At least it's a good song.
it is. Oh, and he's not even there with him.
He is. Oh, sorry, I am ahead of you.
Yeah, you must be, because I just... Oh, there he is.
Yep.
They booed vociferously when
so like
Goodell
first
walked out,
the minute
and
that
they
I
saw
said
Shady.
that, so that's
They saw
yeah,
Shady,
so that was...
and what do you know?
So I'm about 5 seconds or so ahead because like the minute you said that is when I saw him back on screen, and I was like, wait a minute, yeah, and I'm like, oh, shouldn't have said that.
About 5 seconds then. So we have a
Yep,
delay
so-
between us again this year. I was
Yep,
hoping that
yep.
if I watched it on ESPN that I wouldn't
Be
have
closer.
that problem.
Yeah, it's all good. I'll just try to like stay as calm as possible, but I can't promise anything if when trades happen, because they're crazy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What up? Make some noise! Woo! Oh, look, it's jerk off. Oh, sorry. I gotta. Not used to that. I'm sorry.
I'm not used to
I'm
giant
rude.
cheers for the Lions either.
Well, yeah, I gotta be careful not to also ruin like
Oh Jesus!
people who are showing up. So there's quite
And
a few
all their
people showing
players
up.
are getting cheered too. I don't think they're used to that.
Well, to be fair, the younger ones who aren't used to the constant losing probably are, you know,
Hey,
probably
Megatron!
aren't as, you know, the non-veterans like Aiden Hutchinson, right? Like he's always been cheered, right? So he's probably not like, to him it's not a big deal, right? But for the veterans who have been there,
Barry.
yeah, like Barry, right? The Barry was always loved. Let's
Oh
be
yeah,
fair.
dude. Everybody. It didn't matter. People loved Barry. Period.
Yeah. Be fair, Barry deserved to be loved.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say that I do think that there were
Oh my
other
God.
people on that team
getting a-
that...
We're getting a Goff chant. It happened.
Yeah, it did.
Is that something you would have ever expected to hear?
No. I mean, maybe in L.A. back at the beginning when he was going to the Super Bowl.
Even then, I'm not sure I would have, expected it.
Good God, look at all the blue out there.
So much blue, man.
Hutch. Come on, Hutch. Calm down. You're being an idiot. Barry.
I'm sorry.
He just walked in and walked off.
Though,
Fucking Megatron.
yeah, now you see what I was laughing for. Yeah.
All right, we knew that was coming.
Yep. To be fair, he plays it up. He's
He
fine
knows.
with it.
He doesn't care anymore.
Yeah. No. He's like, do you have any idea how much money I make doing this? I don't care.
I don't care. Boo me. It's okay.
Yeah. Pretty much. Love him, hate him. He's done good things for the NFL. He's done some bad things, but he's done mostly good.
All right. And I just hit the now underway part.
Yep.
About 5 seconds, huh?
About 5 seconds.
Are on the clock.
Because my clock's at like 9:43, 9:42,
9:54.
9:41. Yeah. Okay.
About 10
so
minutes. Not 10 minutes, 10 seconds.
10 minutes, Jesus. Closer to 10 seconds, yeah.
10 seconds. We're closer to 10 seconds apart. Wow, haven't made the playoffs since 2020.
I've not won a playoff game since 2010. Ouch.
8 or fewer wins in 5 straight seasons.
Oh, God. I mean,
do they
look
even
how
need
stone-faced. Oh my gosh, look how stone-faced they look.
God, they look like they're dead.
They look like they're dead inside.
We work for the Bears. Please.
Why can't you? But
Now, I
you
will
be
say-
excited you're getting Caleb Williams, right? Like that's gotta be some excitement there. Come on, guys.
But yeah, let me say this too. It does sound there were plans from whoever owns the Bears. I don't know what the actual owner's name is. Bears fans, if you watch this, please don't kill me. I don't pay that much attention to your team, except when they
True.
lose.
I'm not gonna lie. You're true.
But apparently, it sounds like they have plans to build a new stadium with a roof.
Really? Interesting. I mean, it makes sense, but it's interesting.
Yeah, something like down near the waterfront or something is what I was hearing.
Hmm.
Yeah, it sounds like a nice big. It was like $5 billion or something that they were looking at.
Huh. Interesting. Wonder why.
Some ridiculous amount of money for a stadium.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know. I'm past whatever you were listening to.
He's majored in artistry and minored as a surgeon. What the fuck do you even mean? Shut up.
Just talking about Caleb Williams. I mean, you know how it is. They always got to find something entertaining to talk about, overinflate things.
Yeah, but that wasn't entertaining. That just sounded dumb.
Gotta make the time pass.
Yeah, we're trying to do the same thing. I just think we're more entertaining than they are.
I don't know. Sometimes we are.
I'd say we're more entertaining to look at.
Maybe you.
I am a goofy bastard.
I think right now people can hardly see me, so that's fine.
You're a ghost.
Ooh. Spooky, scary skeletons. Did you just say?
They just said
Did
Wordle.
you? He just said Caleb Williams looks like Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
Come
I made that comparison the way that he.
Yeah, but it's such a strong comparison. Like you gotta be very careful making that kind of comparison. It's a hard like.
I won't say that he's going to have those kind of numbers, but what I'm
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying, right? Like you gotta be careful when you deal with that.
but what I'll say is the way he plays the game. If you watch him play, he plays in a similar style to Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, he
You don't.
attempts to, yeah.
Yeah. You don't say, oh, he plays like some quarterback nobody's ever heard of before because nobody cares. You have to compare.
Well, no,
to a
I know,
person
but,
that
like,
people are gonna notice.
That's such a strong comparison that you have to be very careful with that kind of compare. Like whenever if you're going to compare talent to top tier talent, you got to be very careful and very confident in doing so. Because whenever you do,
I don't think it's a horrible comparison, but I would be, yeah.
It's a bit strong. That's all
Yeah.
I'll say. It's a bit strong. Like that would be like high
I think the Bears just made a
high
call to
potential,
him.
maybe.
I'm watching them pass a phone around.
I must have played past that because I didn't see that, but I was also kind of looking over at you too. So
Yeah, I watched the Bears just pass a phone.
DeAndre Swift signed 3-year, $24 million contract. Okay.
Yep, I just got that on my screen.
Okay. Hey, is my camera getting darker or is my TV screen getting darker?
I don't know.
Do I look mostly the same?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so it's probably just my TV screen because it looks like you got darker. Nope, yep, I just saw my TV screen get darker. Whatever. My TV screen is trying to auto adjust to the fact that it doesn't think anything's happening on it right now, even though I'm video calling on it. So
Sounds like you have technology gremlins, good sir.
no, I have technology that's trying to be too smart for its own good, literally. I don't see the timer up anymore, which makes me assume that the pick must be. Yep, I just got the pick is in.
Yeah, the timer just disappeared on my screen. It stopped at like 4:19 or something. Yep, pick is in.
Wow, that was almost 15 seconds. How did you get further back?
I don't know.
Well, I will try to not be impressed or unimpressed, being that we probably know what the pick is.
Yeah, I'm sure we both know what the pick is going to be.
If it's not that pick, I will try to not be shocked.
The Chicago is going to riot and burn Soldier Field to the ground.
That's what I'm saying. I'll try not to be shocked and wait until, like, I see you get your reaction. But if you see me give him like
concerned until we hit like until either there's a trade that involves.
I think like once we get to pick, honestly, after pick 1, trades are up for possibilities from there onwards.
Unless the Vikings are involved in a trade, I'm not concerned until we hit pick 11.
Yeah, like I think that there is going to be trades. Like there could be a trade at 2 and 3. Unlikely though. A trade's more likely going to happen at 4 or 5 if there is going to be one. And if it doesn't happen at 4 or 5, then there's likely not going to be a trade.
I wouldn't imagine so anymore.
At least not from us, the Vikings.
Oh, well, I just got the ESPN blurb on my phone, so.
Well, don't say anything then. Because apparently you need to turn off your notifications. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Rich, we all know who it's going to be.
Yeah. I was secretly hoping it wouldn't be Caleb just because it might have been really funny just to see the look on his face. But that might have been a little mean.
Everybody knew that was coming.
Oh, yeah. Everyone expected it anyway, let's put it that way.
I mean, the only way it would have been a secret is if they'd hung on to Justin Fields. Because then you might think they're going to trade.
Apologies.
Yep, not a problem.
Well,
the scream and the excitement. He looks excited to be going to Chicago, actually.
Well, I think he's excited to be the number 1 drafted overall player because apparently, from what I was reading, that was one of his bucket list things that he wanted to do is in his life. He wanted to be the number 1 drafted overall player. So, I mean, he got that. So, now whether he's happy that he's in Chicago or not, I can't say. I mean, seems like the type of QB that will try to make the best out of whatever situation he's in, but we'll see.
I mean, they have some
mentality
good wide receivers
holds.
now. They have some great tight ends.
Yeah.
They've got a pretty good backfield. I think
I'm just worried about that mentality if things start to go wrong, what happens, but we'll see.
I mean, he did all right at USC. That last season didn't exactly go how he wanted it to.
No, he did. That's true, and I'll agree with that, but at the same time, it's not the same type of pressure as being the number 1 overall drafted QB with all this
Yeah,
expectations
I
on,
think he'll do fine. From what
I think so too. I'm just saying it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, remember what happened with Bryce Young? It's clear pressure got to him, and like
Yeah,
he
but
just kind of fell
you
apart.
see, you got to remember, I never really. I always had issues.
I know you didn't buy in super hard
Yeah.
into him.
I never bought in super
but
hard to Bryce Young. I bought in hard
but
to the guy that won the Rookie of the Year, though.
all I'm gonna say though is, what if, what if CJ Stroud had gone
I
first
don't
overall
think he
instead?
wins Rookie of the Year. I do
Would
think
the
he does
pressure have been
better.
different? You see what I'm saying though?
I do think he would have done better than Bryce Young. I think he would have handled that better. Just something about
Maybe,
him.
maybe. But you see what I'm saying though? You see my argument?
I do.
Yeah.
And I think
Okay.
Bryce Young would have done way better in Houston.
Oh, probably. Nothing just happened. Ignore that. So absolutely zero expectations.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they just said something like the Bears or the Commanders have already been on the clock for half their allotted time. I was like, well, then why don't you have a ticker for it?
I was gonna say, show me the ticker. I don't see a ticker for it.
Yeah, it's still Chicago round one, pick one.
Yeah,
Come on, NFL, this is your own. This is your own thing. Let's get on it here. Dude, you don't need to mention the custodians.
There we go. Round 1, pick 2. Mine just swapped over. Only 3.5 minutes, less than 3.5 minutes, and they're on the phone. Jeez.
Yep, mine just flipped now.
Yeah, he's on the phone talking. Still talking. Wow, that's interesting. That looked like a long phone call. That did not look like a typical "I have the pick" phone call. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it
he was
is.
still on the phone when they cut away. Maybe they're making a trade.
I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that because we don't know.
We don't. But that was definitely.
But that looked like a long phone call.
Yeah.
He at least, to me, at least sounded like he was listening to maybe an offer.
Sounded like he was listening to something. He's probably been listening to a bunch of offers considering how far down that clock is run.
That's true.
So they're probably trying to figure out exactly what they want to do with that pick.
Because, of course, if they don't pick a QB, they need to find a way to trade for one.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Oh, he's down there taking pictures with the fans on a selfie stick now.
Well, yeah, I mean, pick is in. Okay, pick is in.
Okay, so they did not trade it out. Let's see who they went with.
Well, they could have. Remember, sometimes they don't announce that until, like, when Roger comes up to the podium to be like, the pick is...
Yeah, but usually what'll happen is he'll come out and say there's been a trade. We have a trade to announce.
Sometimes. But, yeah, I think that they did make a pick. So I feel like by now he would have already come out. So who do you think it's going to be? Jaden Daniels or Drake May? It's probably Jaden, right? I mean,
I would think so, but it doesn't...
That matches closer to the type of player they're looking for.
I don't think he likes him, though.
You don't think he likes him?
No. From what I was just
Oh, you don't think Jaden likes him? Yeah.
No. I don't think the GM once told Daniels, because he was reaching out, the GM told him he would be a 5th rounder.
Ooh, I don't remember hearing about that.
That was apparently last year before the season.
Well, maybe last year before the season, that maybe that would have been true.
I don't know.
To be
All I
fair,
know is that
from everything I've heard, his first year in college was pretty rough. Or his first year playing. Ooh. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it already got ruined for me thanks to my ticker.
You gotta turn off your ticker, man. You can turn off notifications for just a little bit. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, to be fair, it makes sense. It fits closer to the type of player Washington typically looks for in a QB. Somebody who's incredibly athletic. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm kind of curious to see what New England will do. But this is matching one for one with what we've expected so far. Obviously, I had a difference in my mock draft because of what I would have done as a GM. But
Mm-hmm.
remember, I did specifically say that I did think Jaden was more likely to go to.
Yes, you did.
Um,
And I agreed with you.
yeah,
I actually
exactly. And I
had.
think if New England doesn't trade out, they're definitely picking Drake May. If they don't trade out, it's definitely Drake May for sure. Like, as much as I've heard people being like, New England really likes JJ McCarthy, there's no way they pass on Drake May.
No. I do think, though, that if we're going to see a trade in the top three, it's going to be right here with New England.
Yeah, New England is the possible trade spot. I just don't think it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Um,
Of course, they're happy with what they got.
I feel like we're not going to get one there, and if we don't get one at 4 or 5, which is where I feel the next one would happen.
Yeah. Yeah, if we don't make a trade with New England, our best chances after that is trying to move with the Cardinals or the Chargers. If neither one of those are options on the table, then we're gonna pick whatever we can at
we'll
11.
We'll have to see what happens too, because again, there's been a lot of rumors around Herbert moving from the Chargers.
I just don't think that's gonna happen.
I don't either. I wouldn't if I were them.
It'd be so dumb. Oh yeah, this whole thing.
Yeah, they're comparing him to RG3, and I'm like, yeah, because that worked out so well for you the first time.
I know, that's why I'm saying, though, it fits their style of player they like to try to look for. Now, what I will say is, if he takes better care of himself, if Washington, with new management, does a better job of taking care of him, he could be the RG3 we were expecting to get.
Yeah,
and that would be really fun.
That would be nice. I think that'd be
something
fun to
watch.
Really enjoy.
Well, I would be fun to watch.
I think we'd all enjoy watching it too.
Yeah. Obviously, I still haven't seen the ticker flip over to show that New England's on the clock or what they've been doing.
They just did,
cool.
And the pick is already in.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it is. It only just showed up on mine.
Oh, now I'm ahead of you.
How are you ahead of me now?
Well, I closed the app and reopened it.
Oh, what the hell? God dang it. You stop that. Yeah, I saw that. Took them only 5 minutes to.
Yep.
So yeah, they're not trading. They knew they're picking Drake.
No trade. They're not. They're definitely they. As soon as Daniels went, they knew what they wanted.
Yeah, they're picking Drake May.
Yeah, they're taking Drake May.
Stop it, Loki. Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, the Giants.
Apparently, we tried to trade. Yeah, well, apparently us and the Giants tried to trade.
Yeah.
Which means that we're definitely reaching out probably to the Cardinals. And
we're reaching out to the Cardinals.
Chargers.
We're reaching out to the Chargers.
Yep. The Cardinals are currently on the clock, so okay.
Yeah. And he just said, "Oh, everybody knows who the commissioner's about to read off now." Well, we don't, but
I don't know 100%, but very likely
yeah,
it could be JJ. But I'd be shocked if it's not Drake. It's probably Drake.
yep, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I would have been shocked.
I would have been shocked too. But yeah, no, definitely. I think they picked right there.
Yeah, I agree. Now the question is Arizona going to trade out their pick?
That is the question.
Or are they going to pick Marvin Harrison Jr.? I think if it follows what we think is likely going to happen, it would make sense for them to just take Marvin Harrison Jr. here, turn the buck down, let the Chargers eke out for do they want a trade from the Giants or us.
Yep.
And I think we honestly can offer more to the Chargers than the Giants can. It's just about will we want to.
Yeah, we could offer both our picks this year.
That's what I'm saying. It's more than what the Giants can
the Chargers
offer.
need to rebuild not just, they
need their wide receiver group. They need their defense.
They could also use an offensive line.
Offensive line, defense. Like, they're hurting a little bit of everywhere.
Dude, we don't know how that got...
Jordan Love?
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. I was like, we don't actually know how good he's really going to be. We've seen one season of Jordan. Just stop it. Stop it.
Yeah, you stop that right now. But did you see how good that season was, though?
Shut up, Tom.
God. That's such a dumb comp.
Yeah, I agree.
He basically just played his rookie season. Let's compare him, a rookie, to an almost rookie. Hell yeah. We've done such a good job. Pat ourselves on the back. Like, what the hell? That is a good question. How long do they want to keep him on the bench before they put him out?
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that should be start Brissett this year. Let Drake make sense.
I mean, it depends on how he develops during the offseason, right?
I
and during
agree,
the
but
start of the season.
As they
like,
were saying,
maybe halfway through they decide that he's playing well enough.
Exactly. I would. I
probably wouldn't start him, obviously,
but
season.
Yeah, I wouldn't. He's not a week 1 starter to me.
No.
He should start because by trade deadline you're probably out of contention. Your team is not very good. You need a lot more than just Drake May.
Right.
So sit him for a season behind Brissett, or part of most of this season, and then throw him out there at the end and see what he's got. And if you don't like what you see, you got Brissett to fall back on again.
Yeah. Arizona's taking their time.
I think they're weighing all their options at this point.
They're probably gotten phone calls from us, the Giants, even probably the Broncos.
Yeah, I would imagine that they're getting phone calls from multiple sources and trying to weigh options.
Yeah. Oh, yes, my brothers, they beat me up. That's what made me a great quarterback.
Right?
Oh, and they're my best friends, though.
I love them.
They're my best friends, though. Obviously, I get what he means. Like, obviously, let the whole brotherly love kind of thing. I get it, but
well,
it just came out.
I'm sure if you would ask,
it came out really weird.
I'm sure if you would ask TJ Watt,
Yeah. It just came out weird. Is all I'm saying.
It really.
Oh, pick is in.
Oh, guess they didn't like anything.
Interesting.
Well,
they waited until like pretty close down to the end of the clock, though.
Yeah, they were trying to coax out, see if somebody was going to come at them with more to try to get them to move. Because I think they were saying they wanted 3 firsts.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone was going to give them that.
No. I'm sure Minnesota.
I think we were willing to try I think we were trying to get them to move like off of like maybe like the two firsts and maybe a second or third next year or something,
Yeah.
but they still maybe weren't moving.
Yeah.
Now, if there's one team that makes the most sense if they're going to move, it's going to be the Chargers. If there's going to be a team here
Yeah.
in the top 5 that moves,
Yeah.
it's the one that you and I pointed out immediately. Like, if there's going to be someone that moves, it's that team.
Exactly.
Like
But
you and I
did
both
that
were like,
way back
yeah, like because I
before they
remember
got
you
rid
and
of
I
all
were
their
like,
wide receivers.
yeah, well that, and I remember you and I were both like, listen, the Cardinals shouldn't trade out and just pick the obvious best wide receiver here. And everyone kept talking about how they might move out, and I never thought they were going to. Yeah.
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 That's exactly as expected.
Yeah, that's 100%. Everybody knew that's where they were going.
So this is going so far exactly as expected by most people.
I'm 4 for 4 right now on my mock draft.
I would be if I didn't just play my own biases into it.
But you did say that they could flip, and I told you they could flip too. So
yeah. So I think we're like right in the same vein.
yeah,
Now this is where I think if they, like I said,
this is
if
where things
trade's
should
going to
go
happen, this is
completely
where
off the
things are
rails.
going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's very possible the Chargers decide not to trade out of this, and then I have no idea who they pick. Like I would say the obvious pick for me would be going with like
Neighbors
Neighbors or Rome Odunze, but
or Joe Alt.
or even Joel. You could go Joel.
I
think
Joe Alt's better
you
than
need
Odunze
wide receivers.
Or Roma Dunze, yeah, the wide receiver. I think if you're gonna go wide receiver, you're going Neighbors.
Probably, but they're both good, is what I'm saying. So like,
yeah, but I think Neighbors is
some people have
a
Odunze close on Neighbors. I disagree. I think it is Neighbors over.
I think,
but I'm just saying like, shore up the wide receiver.
Because I think it was Harrison Jr., Neighbors, Odunze, and a couple of others, and then everybody else.
Yeah, Cardinals seem to be mostly happy with what they got. Obviously, if you're a Cardinals fan, you're probably happy going, okay, good. We did indeed get the guy we wanted, and we didn't trade out like a bunch of morons.
Cardinals fans look happy. They're like, okay, we didn't do something stupid.
Like, if they did trade out, it wouldn't have been the dumbest thing ever, but there would have been definitely a lot of fans who would have been mad.
Of wide receivers who are available.
Yeah, but I know a lot of fans who would have been upset.
Yeah.
Been like, what the hell? You passed on that guy? Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, right?
Just be honest. Be honest. Just say that you know you're the best.
Yeah. Come on now.
Like,
the best
to be fair, like I get it. You want to be a little humble and everything, but like, let's be honest. On the inside, you know he's thinking, "Bitch, I'm just the best."
Oh well, it made
I know it.
What made me laugh was Schefter when he was talking about it. He was like, "We used to go talk to the guys when they had JSN and Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave, and they'd ask among you three who's the best." And they'd all go, "Oh, no." And they'd point over at Marvin Harrison Jr. and be like, "He's the best out of all of us." Back when he was a true freshman. They knew it then.
Man, I'm more curious about this pick with the Chargers. What do you guys doing?
Yeah, this one's going to be weird.
They're still on the clock. 4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if they're... I think they're doing the same thing the Chargers did, and I think they're listening to offers and weighing them.
I have a feeling they move here, but I just don't know who they move with and for what.
Break.
No. I mean, at least I can see the countdown still. So when the countdown goes away, then we'll know something's happened. Is that gonna make the commercials entertaining at least? Okay, that's pretty good. Commercials are entertaining, at least.
That one was all right.
Oh, come on.
That one's just making me hungry.
Okay, you are getting different commercials than me. I just watched a Toro commercial. I don't know how that has to do with anything with hunger.
See, I got the Bud Light Genie, and then
no.
I got an Applebee's commercial. That was the whole
Oh,
lot
no.
bacon burger.
I had a Peyton Manning commercial that was pretty good.
Peyton Manning was in the Bud Light commercial.
Yeah, but it wasn't. This wasn't a Bud Light commercial though.
Yeah.
This was something else.
Yeah.
Hey, Brock Purdy, how you doing? See ya, Brock. Dumb commercials be dumb, man.
I just saw this one.
Huh?
I just saw that commercial.
Oh, I haven't had any repeats yet.
I just had an Applebee's whole lot of bacon burger again. It's subliminally telling me that they want me to fucking.
You
go
have to
buy
go to
one.
Applebee's. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I got a Jim Beam commercial. They know I'm an alcoholic. You're on to me. You're on to me. Ba, ba. I shouldn't have to sing any more of that for you to know what it is. Ba, ba, ba. Either you know it or you don't. There's no in between
Jesus
on that
Christ.
song. Oh look, it's a GMC commercial now.
I'm back to the Bud Light Genie again.
Man, you're getting screwed on commercials.
I am.
At least I'm getting a variety of ones. Like, don't get me wrong, this commercial still sucks. It's a GMC truck. I don't want a truck. I don't ever want a truck. I don't have a desire for a truck.
Yeah, I had an Ariat Boots
Yeah,
commercial.
it's just me. Oh. Well, apparently the pick is in.
Yeah? Apparently they kept the pick.
Okay. I'm very curious to see what they do here then. Neighbors, maybe?
I would imagine so. You could go with Doomsday, but I'd imagine it's going to be Neighbors.
It's either going to be Neighbors or Alt, probably.
Yeah.
If I'm going to guess. But I could be wrong. There might be somebody else they value higher.
Olufashanu?
Could be.
Leitu Latu?
Possible. Huh. Really?
Yeah, is that what you think?
You think the Giants won't pick JJ? Because I do. Remember, I have them taking JJ.
I mocked them taking JJ at 6.
Yeah.
So I don't know who called whose bluff.
Who did it? Actually, I still have my notes up.
I have mine right here.
Who did I have the Chargers taken? I had the Chargers taking Malik Neighbors here. So
yeah, me too.
Let's see if that's... If that happens, man, we are on fire. Here comes the boy. Down the tunnel.
I think we're back to synced again somehow.
Close to, probably. Oops, excuse me. Chargers selection. Oh. Remember, we both said it could be.
Yeah?
And they did.
And
they did. They went for Joe Alt.
I'm not mad at that.
No, I'm not either. Enormous. I like how that's his first thing.
Polished.
Enormous. To be fair, he is enormous. This guy is just a
huge,
beast, man.
And his dad was a big bastard too.
Dude, he's a big bastard. He's
and
huge.
And his brother ain't exactly tiny.
No.
He plays professional hockey, by the way.
No. I'm surprised he's normally he's one of those most players that are expected to go within the top first round are typically at the
Yeah, but they don't have to be. In fact, I
no,
will
they
never
don't.
forget that.
But it's common.
Huh?
It's common though.
Not yeah, but Joe Thomas, tackle
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
for the Browns for all those years. You know what he did on draft day? He was the third
I
overall
don't.
pick, by the way. He went fishing. He
Nice.
was out on the lake fishing when they called him.
That means he was confident as hell that he was getting picked.
Yo, yeah, the best part was I had a buddy who interviewed him, and I got to submit a question, and my question was, how hard a decision was it for you to go fishing instead of the draft? And he said, that wasn't a decision at all. I was going fishing. Shout out Joe Thomas. I love you.
Interesting. So what does the Giants do? Well, I mean, they could still obviously go the way we expect them to, which is
Yeah, but now they also
picking,
have Neighbors is
but they
sitting there.
could go for Neighbors instead and go, you know what? We'll
Yeah.
give Danny Dimes another chance because he was injured for a lot of last season. To be fair, so
And
let's
if we give him a top tier wide receiver,
maybe they could do it.
it wouldn't surprise me.
It'd be weird.
If that happens, J.J. McCarthy slides, I think, all the way to 11.
Looking at who's above Minnesota, yeah, probably. Unless Denver jumps. Oh, they're on the phone. Okay, the timer's gone, which makes me assume the pick is in.
Yeah.
Yep, pick is in.
Yep. And that's the other thing. Do the Broncos try to slide up?
That's what I was gonna say. The Broncos could move up. Yeah. Because I think they do. I agree with him. I think the Vikings are really trying to get JJ, but they don't want to overpay either.
Exactly.
They're trying to find the best way to jump in, get JJ without worrying about Denver trying to jump him. Yeah, here he comes.
Now we're gonna find out.
Because if this isn't JJ and this is Malik, that is Minnesota is.
Minnesota's happy.
I think Minnesota's very happy and looking to jump ASAP. Because they might not have to give up the other first to do that then.
It is Neighbors.
It is in fact Neighbors. I'm a little shocked, but at the same time not like extremely shocked. It was a possibility on my board.
And they had already brought in Drew Lock, who had flashed some potential last year.
Yeah.
So he's probably going to start week 1.
No, I think Jones starts week 1.
Jones is not able to. He's going to be out. He's going to be on the pup.
Is that confirmed?
Rich confirmed it a little bit ago here.
Oh, I thought he said that he might be available week 1.
No,
okay.
they said Jones isn't available week 1.
Okay.
He'll probably be available by mid-season.
It'd be interesting to see how Drew Lock gets, because if they might find out that Drew Lock might have like the ability that
they could
Cheeto
also
did, where
take a
he's
look
actually
and
got
just draft
some
a quarterback later on, like Spencer Rattler in like the 3rd or something.
They could, but that's a gamble. Like as the Vikings have done the last 3 times.
I know.
Like,
I know.
that turns out less often.
I know. But Malik Neighbors, Giants fans, look, I know you guys are sick of Danny Dimes, but look, this is a top tier. You've never really had a true
Not a while,
number
anyways.
1 wideout for Danny Dimes, for Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
Now you've got one. Let's see what you can do with it. This is like we were all excited that they got Darren Waller, but
Yeah.
again, he got injured a lot, which has
Yes.
always been his problem. He's great when he's on the field, but he gets injured all the time.
Exactly.
Now you have a true number one wide receiver that can catch, that can run, that can, create some
You do just about
space.
everything. Yeah.
If Jones and him can make a connection, I think you got something.
So what does Tennessee do? Because I had Tennessee getting Joe Alt.
I did
but
too.
Obviously,
You could go a lot of different ways if you're Tennessee. You could
True.
go cornerback here. You could grab Olu Fashanu. I wouldn't be mad at
Fashanu, yeah, Olu
That-
Fashanu
that
is
would
on
be
the
a good
board.
pick
Let me
for
see
you.
here. Who would I like to see them potentially grab? Who's on my board still here? I don't think wide receiver makes sense. No. I think Olu Fashanu would be good.
The other thing you could do here is go with a tight end. You could go with Brock Bowers.
You could go Brock Bowers, yeah.
Again, I know you don't believe in Brock Bowers, but
I get it though. I understand it. Byron Murphy. That might be fun.
that wouldn't be horrible.
Leatu Latu could be good.
Leitu Latu could be an interesting one. We'll see what they decide to do here. I would hope they would take a tackle to protect the Mayo Man.
A tackle like Olu Fashanu would be a good pick there.
Yeah.
Or you could even go with like, I guess if you were looking at maybe doing a center, get Jackson Powers. I don't know if they need one.
But
though.
I don't think they need one. I think they do need a
Yeah.
tackle though.
Or they could go with like J.C. Latham or Talise Fuaga if they want a potential guard as well as a tackle.
Yeah. I wouldn't be mad at that.
But I think we were both kind of in agreement of offensive line is probably where this should
Yeah,
go.
that's just. I feel like that's where they need to go.
Yeah. I wouldn't hate a Byron Murphy, but outside of that, like, I guess you could go cornerback and pick up one of the top corners, but like,
Yeah, but I
would
don't think
really
I would do
prefer
that.
seeing,
Yeah, I would prefer to see offensive line here.
especially the top guys here that are gonna go.
I mean, they could also trade out here too.
They could, but the pick is in.
Oh, yeah, I just saw that.
I just heard it when you said that too, so I was like, oh.
Well, guess we're not trading here.
Nope. I think we are.
I think we're gonna sit pat at 11.
Dude, I think we're holding. I think we're just literally just like clenching, going, nobody jump us, nobody jump us, nobody
And you know
jump us.
what? I
nobody
think we're calling everybody's bluff, and we're going to assume that nobody's going to jump us. And
Yep.
even if they do, I think we're happy to pick either Nix or
Penix, yeah.
Penix.
Honestly, I think we're likely going to get JJ, and I think Denver will be more than happy to get, I think, Penix, honestly. I think Denver will go Penix over Bo Nix, to be honest with you.
Probably. I think they should go Bo Nix, personally. I like him in Sean Payton's system. I think it would be
Right.
amazingly... I think that would be way better than Penix in that system, but who am I to say what would be good there?
You're right, you don't know shit. Just shut up.
I don't. I'm a dumbass.
Chick-fil-A.
I just turned the volume on mine off.
It's just casually on my screen. I'm not really paying attention to it.
Yeah. Oof. No, so far, like the only ones that we've kind of gotten wrong. We assumed they would look at a wide receiver with the Chargers, and they went with a tackle. Which
I'm a little shocked they didn't, but
back before they got rid of all their wide receivers, I mocked them taking a tackle.
yeah.
So that made sense to me.
So now I'm not sure what maybe they're expecting some of the top tier talent that you and I have already discussed possibly dropping into the second round, which it's possible.
There's going to be some wide receivers that drop into the second round that'll still be good, and you can still get some. Like you
So
can
maybe
get
that's
Brendan
what they're
Rice
hoping
in the
for?
second round, and I don't think that
Yeah.
Tez Walker, and I don't. Think
that's
that
what I'm
would be
saying. I'm
bad.
thinking maybe they're just looking at it, going, "Hey, there's so many wide receivers in this draft that are still really good. We don't necessarily need a number one."
Yeah, I agree.
which they could have gotten. They could have gotten a true number one if they would have gotten him from elite neighbors. They decided we don't need a true number one. It's fine. We'll just buff up everything as much as possible.
Yeah, I think they're gonna feel like right now we're doing fine, we're doing all right. Let's protect Herbert. We're gonna hold on to Herbert. We're gonna protect Herbert. Let's get the one of the best tackles in the draft right here, and we'll grab a wide receiver in round 2. Which, hey, that's fine.
No, I agree. That is fine. I don't necessarily. I never said that it's necessarily a wrong way of doing it. It's a different way from how I would address their situation.
I agree.
But it is a way. Here. It is a way of addressing situations that they have. I don't necessarily know if it's right or wrong. It's just different than the way I would address it. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Let's go.
All right.
Okay. Let's see what pick we're going to get here. I'm curious. Atlanta's on the clock right now. So I wonder what they've been doing.
I have no idea. I've had a couple of ideas for what Atlanta should do, obviously, but...
Corner, maybe?
I think I had them taking... Fashanu.
Did you have them taking Fashanu? I had them taking Leatu Latu.
Yeah. I had Latu going, I think, a pick after that to the Bears. Yep.
J.C. Latham, okay. Interesting. Remember, I did bring up the option that they could go for somebody if they wanted somebody who could be a guard. Oh, I'm sorry.
But I was only somebody like a second or two behind you, so.
Gotcha. So somebody who can be both a guard or a tackle. Yeah. This makes some sense. I get it.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Not my favorite option, but certainly not the worst option.
No, certainly not the worst option. He played mostly at right tackle. I think that makes a lot of sense for the Titans. Again, I said protect the Mayo Man. I think their guards are fine right now. I think the only way that you would move him to guard is if you plan to kick Skoronski back out to tackle.
Which you could, but I don't think you would.
I don't think you would either. I think you're going to keep Latham on the outside as a road grader of a tackle.
Probably. Man, he's bigger than he I didn't think he was that big until I could see him next to Roger Goodell.
Yeah, he picked Roger Goodell up like he was a small child.
Yeah, he a big boy. Like I knew he was big, but man, he a big boy.
He's a big boy.
So nothing too surprising yet, which tells me that you and I have so far graded players mostly correctly at this point. Looks like Atlanta's still on the clock too.
Yeah, that Falcons pick is in.
So Falcons pick is in, and Chicago's on the clock. What a goof, dude. Absolutely.
Yep.
Dude, he felt the most like honest person so
Yeah.
far that he's done in
I
one of those
kind of like
interviews. He
him.
just felt like he just kind of felt like himself.
Yeah.
What? Really? There's a chance this is Penix.
Yeah, I just heard that. I was like, that's nuts. But I get it.
Because
Let him
I
sit for a
mean,
couple of seasons behind Kirko.
I'd be shocked if this is Penix here, though.
I would as well. But
I mean, impossible, no, because then this would lead us to be okay. We get JJ, and Denver will then end up with Bo Nix like you expected. But that'd be crazy. That would not be how I saw that, because I thought for sure Las Vegas would be looking at like, ooh, maybe
yeah,
we get Penix, you know?
these guys don't grab Penix here, one of these guys
Oh,
is
Vegas
probably
will be
falling.
happy as hell.
Yeah, they're gonna fall to Las Vegas, and Vegas
Can
is
you
going to
imagine? Because
snap
we'll
them immediately.
that means for sure we'll get JJ. Basically, at this point, it feels like Denver will get the choice of either Knicks or Penix. But can you imagine they go Bo Nix like you want, and then Las Vegas gets Penix? Oh man, that'd be gross.
They'd be happy.
They'd be happy. I think everyone would
Here
come
we
out of
go.
that fairly okay.
Here we go.
Who is it? Wow.
They did it.
They did it.
Wow. That is the first bombshell of this draft.
Wow.
That is nuts. But he has to know he's not
He
starting
looks like
for a couple of seasons.
He looks like he even looks like he's kind of like, wait, what? Even he looked like he was kind of like surprised by it. That's crazy.
I think he's got what? Kirk has a 3-year deal?
3-year deal, yeah.
They're either expecting that Cousins is going to get mauled seriously and hurt, or not come back well from his Achilles, or they're going to sit him for 3 years the way the Packers did Jordan Love.
I was gonna say they might be thinking the same thing I was looking at with Penix Jr. though, is that there's certain things, certain hesitation issues that bother me just enough where like maybe they don't think he's ready to start right away either, and they want to let him sit and work him into what they want him to be.
I mean, maybe, but that's just...
In which case, I don't have an issue with it, but it just seems like it seems like a very long-term plan to a game that has very short-term things that can happen.
I agree.
That's all I'm going to say about it. Like, I think picking up a wide receiver here makes more sense. I think picking up anybody on the offensive line here makes more sense.
Agree,
I think,
or an edge rusher.
Or an edge rusher. Yeah, an edge rusher here makes more sense. Like,
The only thing I can think of is that they're planning to dangle him as trade bait.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going to get more ice. I'll be right back. It's only the Bears. I mean...
And with my brother gone, I'm going to carry the rest of this segment. The Bears are sticking and picking at 9. The pick is in. I don't know what they're going to do here. It's gotten out of hand, and it's weird. They can go edge rusher here. There's several situations for that. They could look at an offensive tackle to protect their new quarterback. They could grab a wide receiver. Anything here is on the board and ready for whatever they want to do. So we'll see how this works out. It's going to be nuts.
You.
Welcome back.
Anything crazy happy yet?
This is the first time we have seen 4 quarterbacks go in the top 8 picks in the common draft era.
Huh. So who do you think the Bears pick here?
Like I
Roma
was saying,
Dunze.
there's
Do
a
it.
couple
Do
of
what
them.
I
They
said.
can go wide
Roma
receiver.
Dunze. Dude, if they go Roma Dunze,
There's that. They could go with a tackle. They can go with an edge.
Oh!
Wow.
I called it.
Wow. They just supercharged their wide receiver room.
Dude, I called that though. I can't believe I got that one right.
Wow. There's only
Told
one
you,
ball.
give Caleb another weapon, dude. They're gonna have an offense that cooks.
Keenan Allen is getting older, and how many more years do you expect him to be around?
That's what I was trying to argue with you when I first brought it up. When you're just like, no, that makes no sense.
I get that a little.
You didn't like it.
I don't. I still don't. I think you would have done something else
Oh,
here.
this is great. I love this pick. This is great.
I'm not totally pissed off at it. It's just
this is a fun pick.
Are we
gonna finally get the explosive Chicago?
Flying, man.
I was gonna say we're gonna finally get that explosive offense from Chicago that we've been saying is gonna come for the last 2 years. We're gonna finally get it. Now, what do the Jets do? See, I said originally, obviously, you go here, you protect Aaron Rodgers. You get somebody on the O line.
Oh,
I think that's what I.
Oh.
What?
Apparently, there's been a trade.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah. Apparently, there's been a trade. According to what I just heard from Rich Eisen, the Minnesota Vikings are now on the clock.
I just see the trade happened. Yeah, we are on the clock. We did trade with the Jets. I just see it on the tracker.
I don't know what we gave up. I can't imagine it's 2 firsts. It's
gotta be like a 4th or a 5th or something like that. So we're going for JJ. Like this is where we didn't want Denver possibly jumping.
Yep, and I'll guarantee
with the Jets, and we went. Nope, we're getting JJ.
I'll guarantee you, Schefter called it. He's probably the Jets called Minnesota and said, "Hey, I got people that want. We got
people calling us. Yeah,
give us something."
Okay, we'll swap first, and I'll give you a 6th. How's that sound? All right.
Then we get something extra out of it.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is definitely going to be JJ McCarthy. If this is Bo Nix instead of JJ you traded up for, I'd be like, okay, maybe not worth the trade up at that point.
Probably not. I think this is JJ.
This has to be JJ.
Yeah.
By the way, I heard a rumor. Apparently, I should say the rumor. I heard a report that apparently McCarthy even said that like he'd run through a brick wall for
KOC.
For KOC. Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me. KOC's a very charismatic bastard.
Don't you bite me, you butthole. Oh, we had to give him a 4th.
But we also got a 6th. So we get the 10th and a 6th for the 11th, the 4th, and a 5th. That's not horrible.
It's a little more than I would like to give for it.
Yeah, me too. I don't want to see the 4th in there, which is I assume why they had to give us the 6th.
Maybe. But that means we now don't have a pick in the 2nd, 3rd, or 4th.
That is true. We do not.
We don't have a day 2 pick.
We do not have a day 2 pick. All of the rest of our picks are day 3.
Oh, shit.
So I'm sure it's going to be McCarthy, and then we've got another number 1, another 1st-round pick. So I'm happy.
That's true. We do still have the other. Dude, if they go halfback and they pick up Benson, oh my god, I will be ecstatic.
That would be amazing. I would also not be if JPJ is still sitting there or Cooper Beebe,
Oh yeah.
either one of those would make me ecstatic too.
Is JJ going to be a top 10 quarterback?
Probably.
Because that's what this is going to be. Because that means how many top 10 QBs is that? That's going to be what, 5 top 10 QBs?
Yeah, that'll be 5 QBs in the top 10.
That's a lot of QBs in the top 10.
First time in NFL history.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think this is going to be JJ. Again, I think the trade's a little bit on the rich side for me, but
yeah,
I get it.
It's clear that they want their guy,
We really
though.
didn't want anybody moving up ahead of us to grab him, and I'm sure Denver was finagling to do that. So I'll bet you what happened is we probably started off with, like, our first and a fifth, and then they were like, well, Denver's offering us
a fourth, yeah.
Yeah, a fourth. Was like, all right, we'll give you a fourth and a fifth, but you're going to have to send us back like a sixth.
Okay. So that now leads the question is, Denver going to get Bo Nix? Or is Vegas going to get Bo Nix? Because the Jets could still trade down from their spot to either one of them and do it again and be like, who wants the 6th QB?
They totally could at this point. And it would not surprise me.
Dude, that would be amazing if they did.
Collect as many draft picks as you can.
Dude, that would be... If they trade down again to either Denver or Vegas, that would be amazing.
I would laugh so hard. So hard.
That's how you collect draft picks.
That's how you play the game. That would be straight up brilliant.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, this is turning out to be a little bit more interesting than we would have thought.
No, it's commercials.
Huh?
Commercials. Lots of commercials.
Lots of commercials. But yeah, this is turning out to be interesting. There was no way either of us would have called Atlanta grabbing Penix.
No, I did not see that coming at all.
Not at all. That was wild. The other question now is, does Vegas just stand pat because you've got Minshew, and he had a good year last year, and you've got Aiden O'Connell, who I think is severely underrated. Do you just stand pat and grab like a cornerback where you are?
All right.
Not worry about your quarterback this season.
How much have you had to drink, Cattell? My gosh. He's slurring his words. Have you noticed that?
I think he had to have a shot after they picked it, after J.C. Latham picked him up.
What a surprise.
Like, no surprise there. I think McCarthy's happy.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure he's happy. He gets to play with JJ. JJ to JJ.
JJ to JJ.
JJ to JJ, TJ, and JA. All the J's. We have to have all the J's. We are collecting the J's.
Except for KJ. KJ's gone. We lost one.
Yeah, we lost KJ. So we replaced him with 2 more J's, though.
True. So now the interesting question is going to come up to how much time is Sam Darnold going to start over JJ? One thing I've always said about JJ is I think he's pretty close to being a day 1 starter.
I think you're probably right.
Like, how much time do you actually...
be a competition in... If I know KOC...
Like right off the bat, almost.
Right off the bat in camp.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think Darnold may start week 1, but I don't know how long he holds the reins if the Vikings struggle at all underneath him.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, Jets pick is in already. Oh, and they're using their new logo already.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, they are.
Which, to be fair, is a better logo. It is a better
logo. It is. I like it better.
Maybe a little plain, but it is still overall better.
Oh, no.
Hold on, you can't compare JJ to CJ Stroud. You literally can't. We complained about this earlier today, but this is even worse. Like, the Jordan Love comparison earlier was stupid. But comparing JJ McCarthy to CJ Stroud is ridiculous.
Yeah, they're also pointing out the Jets haven't won a playoff game since 2010.
Sad Jets are just sad.
So what are they going to do? You know what? Did they grab Bo Nix, maybe?
No, the Jets aren't going to grab Bo Nix.
So, well, I mean...
They'll let Denver have him.
I was going to say, grab him sitting behind Rodgers for another season.
Or they could give him what I said that they should give him a wide receiver.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to do that. They've got plenty of wide receivers.
No, they probably don't need to, but
Tight
man,
end
you give
be
him
a bad grab. Olu Fashanu at tackle.
I think
wouldn't
who
be
did I
horrible.
have him? I have him taking Brian Thomas
Brian
Jr.
Thomas Jr.
Like, that would be hilarious.
It would be, but I don't think it's going to happen.
Can you imagine? Just take the top off, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy with this pick.
I am too. The Vikings did a good job. I'm
Yeah,
happy.
this is what I wanted.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not mad at this.
And we didn't have to trade nearly as much away to get it either. We still have that 23rd
We still got
pick.
to hold on to that 23rd overall
So-
pick, which is why I think we were okay trading that 4th rounder.
Yeah.
Because we still have another pick today.
Yeah. So I'm overall pretty happy about that, actually. Oh, yeah. Fantastic situation effect.
Here come the Jets selection. Let's see what they're grabbing.
All right, Rich Eisen.
Rich is so excited about this pick.
Hold on. Okay. Oh, okay.
I'm ahead of you again.
Olu Fashanu? Yeah, you're back ahead of me again, yeah.
Because my app...
I think it's when the commercial... I think it's depending on the commercials.
my app shut down, so I had to restart it.
Oh, okay.
It just suddenly kicked off for no reason.
Weird. Olu Fashanu, okay.
Yeah.
No, it's a good pick. I'm not mad about it. It's a good pick.
That's perfect. I love how he said it, too. Olu Fashanu.
You know he was trying so hard not to screw it up.
Oh, yeah. There's enough names in this draft that it's going to be easy to screw at least one of them.
Oh, yeah. Inevitably, he probably will.
Oh, yeah.
Loki. I know you're not getting attention, but that is not an excuse to keep bashing at my headphones.
Ah! Rich, come on.
What do you say? I missed it.
I know Did you get it now?
Yeah.
Come on, Rich. That's bad even for me.
That was pretty bad. That was pretty bad.
Like, Rich, I have puns. I do bad puns. That was a horrendous pun. Well, I'm pretty happy with our draft so far.
So far, things are turning out kind of in the vein that we expected.
Yeah, I don't think that
Nothing's been
is...
super shocking yet.
old-
There's been a
well,
couple things that
one-
haven't gone the exact way we expected, but the players are going roughly in the similar manner as to what we sort of
I
expected.
think the only one that bombshelled us was Atlanta.
Yeah, Penix Jr. was the only one with Atlanta where we went, I didn't think Atlanta would pick a QB.
Well, just like
Now, granted,
last year, I didn't think Atlanta would pick a running back.
Yeah, and to be fair, I did mention a couple of times, I think it was over the last couple of weeks where I kept hearing like, oh, I hear that maybe the Jets will pick up another one. Maybe New Orleans will pick up another one. Maybe I even did hear not Arizona, but the Falcons might be looking at a QB, but I didn't take it as seriously as the other ones. The other ones made more sense. They just got a QB why would you pick another one up in the draft?
I mean, I
It
think
just doesn't make a lot of logical sense, but
unless you're planning to sit him for a couple of years, which that's not a bad
which is
idea.
fine, but the problem that I have with that is by the time you play him, he's going to be almost off of his rookie contract. You're not going to have a lot of time to really see what he's going to be on the one contract, so you'll have to pay him.
Unless you're planning on Cousins either retiring quickly or getting hurt or not being as good as you think he's going to be.
Maybe they're using him as a 1 year deal that they overpaid substantially for and plan on moving from him after a year or two. I don't know though. It just seems weird.
It does.
It just seems like a lot of money to waste if you were planning on getting a QB in the draft anyways.
I don't know that they were, though. I think it just fell to them.
I don't know. Penix was never considered a big top guy though, so there's no way that they couldn't have foresaw the fact that they were sitting at 9 means that they could possibly get 8. Sorry, that they could get Penix. Like, I don't know, man. It just feels weird. It just feels weird. That's all I'm gonna say about it.
I don't disagree. It does feel pretty weird.
It almost feels like something happened in a very short amount of time that made them very upset for some reason.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was the tampering thing, maybe?
Maybe, but I don't know why.
The question is, would that...
Maybe that forced them to pick a QB earlier than they wanted?
Well, I was going to say,
but I
could
don't
they
know
have
how.
pre-knowledge that part of his contract could get voided because of that?
Maybe. That's possible, I guess.
Or maybe all of it would get voided, and they have buyer's remorse, and they're like, we don't want him now.
That's possible. And then I wouldn't feel so bad. I'd be like, fuck you, buddy. How's it going? So we're both in the kind of the same boat here that we're pretty sure that this is probably Bo next, right?
Huh? Yeah, this should be
This
Bo
is
next.
probably Bo next, right?
This should probably be Bo next. I would be surprised if it wasn't, but at the same time I wouldn't be because the Broncos, who knows? They've made an entire thing out of disappointing Brandon Perna.
True. That is very true. I'll give you that. Interesting. So the Raiders don't even have Bo Nix rated that high. So
yeah. Again, I think he goes right here at 12 to the Broncos. It makes sense.
If he doesn't, though, he could slip all the way into the second round.
He could. It wouldn't surprise me. All right, Raj, what you got?
Okay, yeah. This is what we expected.
Yep.
6 quarterbacks in the first 12 picks. That's crazy.
That is bananas.
I still think the Broncos got a pretty big steal here, actually.
I think they got a great quarterback, especially one that could run Sean's system really, really well.
I think he'll be better than people expect, to be honest with you. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing? Okay. Loki. I'm gonna be that guy. I'm gonna be that guy.
You're gonna be that guy?
Sea of white, except for that one black guy. Bo Nix has his one black friend, so you can't call him racist.
Well, I mean, where's he at right now? Where's his home?
It looked like he was at his house. I don't know where it's at.
Yeah,
No
that's
idea.
the thing. I mean, if he's living in Oregon, how many black people are in the entire state of Oregon? I'd guess 90% of them play for the Ducks or the Beavers.
Probably, yeah, probably true. That's
I
probably
mean, let's
true.
be honest. I'm not trying to be a jerk, but
No, that's
it's not
probably
typically
true.
a part of the country that attracts a lot of black people.
I mean, it's true. So Las Vegas, they don't get a QB. At least not in the first round. Oh, pick is in already. Jesus. They must have known, like, if we don't get a QB, we already know what we want. What
Oh
does
yeah.
Vegas go for if they don't get a QB? Since they can't get a QB, who do they go for?
I mean, they could grab a wide receiver. They could
Cornerback?
grab cornerback is where I would go. I think they're going to look
corner here would
cornerback,
be
and I
make
think they're
sense.
probably going to grab Quinyon Mitchell.
Yep, I would say Quinyon Mitchell makes sense, or they could look at edge.
They could.
Leatu is still there. Yeah.
That would help with Max XX Crosby and the other edge guy that they've
Yeah.
got. I can't remember who they picked up last year.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think those two make the most sense for me here. They went Brock Bowers. Okay. I can't say I hate it. I can't say I hate it.
I don't understand what they're doing though, because they went and they grabbed
Well-
Michael Mayer last year.
They did. But they are the type of team from the looks of it that want to run a dual tight end setup.
If they're going to run a dual tight end setup, that makes sense.
I think that's what they're doing, because instead of getting a wide receiver here, they're instead going to run a dual tight end setup instead and have Devontae be their big play action guy. I think that's what they're doing. And that makes sense then.
Mm-hmm.
And typically, dual tight end systems typically tend to be pretty quarterback friendly, because
Yeah.
tight ends are just big, easy dudes to throw to.
That may be because they missed out on a quarterback. That may be what they're thinking. Let's do a dual tight end system and make it so that either Minshew or O'Connell has the
yeah.
biggest, easiest targets to throw to.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, actually.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah,
That makes sense. Like, I would have preferred a cornerback, but I can understand.
I can understand what they're thinking here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Also, this is the first time in NFL history we've had 13 straight picks on one side of the ball.
Yep. They just brought that up, yeah. Interesting. What does New Orleans do now, though? I mean, you could go Brian Thomas Jr., but it just wouldn't make sense now.
No? I think
Maybe
they're going to go edge.
I think you have to protect. Well, you could go edge, but I feel like you really have to protect Carr from getting hit. You gotta get some tackles or guards in
Mims, maybe?
there. Mims, I think, maybe, yeah.
You could also do JPJ here.
You could. I would prefer to see somebody on the offensive line, I think, though.
I can understand that.
Protect Carr, man. Latham's gone, so who's that other one that's a hybrid here? That I had up. Fuaga. Talise
Yeah.
Fuaga. I think he would be really good here.
You could also go with Fuatanu.
You could go with Fuatano. Wait, no, didn't he get picked?
No, Fuatanu has not been picked. Fushanu has been picked.
Fushano got picked, that's right.
Remember, you forgot to even put Fuatanu on your round one because
I didn't do that.
they sound exactly the same.
I didn't do that. You have no proof.
So the other question then is, does Do the Colts take the best cornerback off the board then finally?
Do they take? Yeah, I mean, if New Orleans doesn't, if I'm the Colts, I definitely do.
Yeah. If I'm the
I
Colts,
think
I'm definitely looking at like
if New
Quinion
Orleans
Mitchell.
doesn't take Quinion Mitchell, as I think the Colts absolutely should.
I don't know what New Orleans is going to do. Like, I'd like to see them grab an O lineman, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a defensive, an edge rusher or a corner or something.
Byron Murphy's still sitting there too.
Yeah, they could use some. I mean, they do have Breesy,
Yeah,
but Byron Murphy II would definitely help them.
that's a big weapon.
That's a big
Like
dude,
literally
yeah.
and figuratively.
Literally and figuratively, exactly.
I'm honestly a little shocked how close you and I have been to mostly like having the players go in a fashion that we mostly have expected, or at least in spots that we've expected, or teams have
I mean,
looked
I
at
was
players
actually
in the way
the
that we
funny thing
expected.
is I had Brock Bowers one pick lower to New Orleans.
New Orleans, yeah, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, so he went right around where I thought he would go.
Ooh, interesting. I guess Kirk Cousins didn't know.
Ooh, yeah. So every time that's happened, it's always gone badly.
It has.
Picks in. Also, maybe because supposedly the tampering was Kirk's fault. So maybe Atlanta's pissed at him. This could be their way of being upset at him and showing him, hey, yeah, we gave you all that money. Don't think that you're just going to be handed the reins, especially if you did something dumb and got caught.
Maybe. There is. There's a lot of good tackles.
They do need one.
I know. I kept. That's why I kept bringing it up to you because I was like right away. I was like, they need to protect Carr, man. They need tackles. And you can't really choose a bad one. I just like Fuaga the most because you can move him to guard if you need to. Ah, hell yeah. I called it. I like it. I like it.
I'm behind you. I'm just now seeing the pick.
Oh, my bad.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. That's a good grab for them.
It makes a lot of sense for them.
Oh, it absolutely makes sense. I'm not at all upset with it. Makes perfect sense from my end. They definitely needed a tackle, and you can slip him to guard if you need to.
Yep. Indy. I think Indy should probably pick up a corner.
I would imagine.
I think they need a corner more than anything. Like,
Safety.
I guess Byron Murphy you could go, or you could go with a safety, yeah.
They don't really need D-line. They're pretty set there.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like even thinking of offensive line. Their offensive line like is okay.
It's okay.
I
It's
feel
pretty
like-
good too. Yeah,
I feel like
they're
defense
looking,
makes more
you
sense
could go
here.
wide receiver here as well.
Yeah, you could pair somebody up with Hilton. Give
Get a Byron Mitchell or something. Brian Mitchell.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas, pardon. Brian Thomas Jr.
Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah.
Yeah, get a top.
Get
Get
that
a guy
deep
who
ball
just takes
threat.
the top off it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they could do that.
But I think
That'd be
I
crazy though, because now that's what 14 picks in a row that are all offense.
Think, 15 would be them.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So far it's 14. It'd
Yeah,
be
if
15
they
if they
pick
win.
offense, it's going to be 15 in a row.
That's crazy.
That's almost half the draft.
Yeah. I have a feeling they're gonna go corner though.
I do too. Safety would not surprise me though. Like if they went Tyler Nubin.
Yeah.
Although I think that's a little high for Nubin.
This seems a little high. I would go Quinion Mitchell.
I would go Quinion Mitchell.
You just go Mitchell here, I think. I guess you could go edge, but I remember that, yeah. Because obviously, you know, um, obviously the Colt, obviously the Colts are ecstatic though because it makes sense. Because oh my God, 6 quarterbacks off the board, pick 15. Almost half of the picks have already gone are quarterbacks.
Yeah.
For the Colts who don't need a quarterback, they're like thinking, "Oh my God, we can pick whatever the hell we want here almost,
Yeah.
and get what we want."
Exactly.
So, yeah, so that'll be fun to see the Colts GM on Rich Eisen's show now because you know what's going to happen now. I mean, he's got to stick to his word. He said if
Yeah.
6 QBs go ahead before he picks, then
Yep.
we'll
Now
go
he's
on the
got to come
show.
on that show.
Got to come on the show now.
Got to come on the show
That'll be
now,
fun.
Ballard.
That'll be fun. They could go edge, of course, but I still think corner makes more sense. Yeah, we had to, Latu. Oh,
All
here
right,
he
here we
comes.
go.
He's coming out now.
Yep.
Let's see, we're gonna finally get the first defensive player. Who we get?
The edge rusher.
Latu. Yep, that makes
I'm
sense.
sorry, I'm ahead of you again.
No, you're good, but that makes sense.
I'm not mad at it.
No,
This certainly helps.
I would have preferred corner, but
I think I would
don't
have
mind
too,
edge.
but again, I don't think they expected somebody like Leitu Latu to even be here.
No, man, I can only imagine how much fun this is to watch right now.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We've been very quiet the last
I'm sorry.
No, I know. It's just like there's not much to say.
No, this is so far it's
This is going.
pretty much how we thought it would, and there have been very few trades, which I think I'm very, very confused by.
I was expecting a lot more trades.
I was expecting this to be a very furious and furious draft for trades, and we haven't gotten that.
No.
So what does
got-
Seattle
we
do?
got
So here's
one
the question:
trade.
what does Seattle do now? Again, I feel like an edge here wouldn't be bad. A safety or a corner wouldn't be horrible. Like they're got
Defense.
good corners.
I think mostly defense. You could go offense, but like their offensive line isn't terrible enough where I would be convinced that you need to go that way.
I agree. I agree.
So I would say somebody probably on the defense, specifically more likely somebody in the defensive back. But you could be convinced me that an edge is the way you want to go,
If
and
you
I'd be
plan on
okay
you
with
could
it.
get like Cooper DeJean as a safety.
You could.
That would be that wouldn't be a bad safety pick for them. It would fit
You go-
their Legion of Boom mentality, especially because that dude's a tackling machine.
You get Brian Murphy in there.
Yeah, yeah. Have him
Just
stuff
for-
up the run. Yeah, that wouldn't be horrible.
Just stick him right in the middle and just go,
Stick
here you
him
go,
right
boy.
in the middle. Here you go. Johnny Newton wouldn't be bad there either.
No, Johnny Newton would be good in that spot too, yeah.
Either one of those two.
Yeah.
You could go with Dallas Turner as an edge rusher.
Yeah, Dallas Turner, you could, yeah. Yeah, pretty much I'm thinking at this point you picking anybody, pretty much any of the top guys on the defense at this point, because there is still a lot of top guys on the defense at this point.
Yeah. I
Um,
agree, 100%. I think any sort of defense at this point is kind of what we're looking for at this point.
Yeah.
And I think, that's what makes sense. But it's the first. What you have to remember is this is going to set a tone because it's the first non-Pete Carroll pick in Seattle in what, like a decade?
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that they hired was a defensive coordinator for the Ravens, So
Right.
you could see an edge rusher here. It would not surprise me any. It wouldn't surprise me to see a big defensive tackle either.
Yeah. I think Jacksonville after that should probably go wide receiver.
I could also see center.
You could go center, but I would really like to see them go like Brian Thomas Jr. Get that big like deep ball
Maybe, yeah,
threat
I wouldn't be mad at that.
for
But
Trevor to
at
throw
the
to.
same time, I'm like, you got to protect him too.
No, I get that. Yeah, you kind of need a little bit of both.
To be frank, I'd like to see JPJ slip all the way to 23 for us, because I would love for the Vikings to get a hold of him. Like, I'm not mad at your.
I don't know if they would select him even if even if he goes there though.
I would if I were them.
I mean, I get why you say that, and I'm not necessarily opposed to the idea. I'm just saying I'm not sure
Oh,
that they
pick is in
will.
for Seattle.
Yes, it looks that way. I just don't know if they would pick him there though. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. It's just we really do need offensive line. Our center is starting to get older. I can't remember his name now, but he definitely needs. Let's go
Bradbury.
ahead. Huh?
Bradbury.
Bradbury. Thank you, Garrett Bradbury.
Took me a second. I had to. Yeah.
He needs to like. I'm not saying he needs to retire, but he's certainly not the center he was when he first started. Getting somebody like JPJ would certainly help our case quite a bit and protect McCarthy. We also need guards, but we could do.
I get it. 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 I'm just not sure. I guess we'll see what we get when we get there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
I'm just not
Mensa
sure.
and KOC are thinking.
Yeah. Are they looking for something a little more sexy, or like at that point maybe you do go for that halfback, but maybe they don't want to reach because maybe they
in there, or maybe you do go. Yeah. Maybe if Johnny Newton
but
slips
instead,
all that way, or Brian Murphy,
Johnny Newton
second.
or Brian Murphy, or hell, I mean our corners haven't been bad, but I'm not gonna lie to you, if either either of the two top guys are from which ones are they there?
Wiggins and
Quinion. Like
or
if either one of those, Arnold? Yeah, if any of those three are there, I'm like, grab them.
Yeah,
those are amazing.
Like corner for that.
We got decent corners, but those guys are potentially
game changers,
game-changing corners. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely. Like if Quinion Mitchell slipped that far, Minnesota would be foolish not to take him.
Yeah. 100%. And if you look at the draft board, there's not that many picks in front of us at this point.
There really aren't. We're on pick
so it could happen.
16 right now? Yeah.
16, yeah.
But the pick is in, so 17 is already timing down.
Yeah. Which is Jacksonville. And then in front of that, then there's Cincinnati, the Rams, Pittsburgh, the Dolphins, and then the Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And then us.
The Eagles are definitely taking a corner.
Yeah, I have a feeling Quinion Mitchell's probably going to the Eagles if he's not gone by then. To be honest with you.
I have a feeling that he's going to be gone. If he's not gone soon, I have a feeling that Cincy will grab him.
You think so?
I mean, maybe. It's also possible that they don't, and they go
remember,
for a wide receiver.
Cincinnati might decide to go for,
They could go for a wide receiver now and get rid of T. Higgins.
I'm thinking like I've been saying Brian Thomas, but he's a deep threat. But if they are looking at legitimately replacing, I was gonna say if they're looking at completely replacing, go Adonai Mitchell or Ladd McConkey. I think would be the two choices.
I agree.
Because if you're looking at replacing T. Higgins, right? Because he's asked for his walk, right? And if you're going to go, okay, fine, we'll walk you.
Yeah.
That's how you do it right there, is you grab one of those two wide receivers and go, okay, we've already replaced you.
Yep,
you're good 100%. To go.
And
then you can on good faith, let him find a trade partner.
Oh, absolutely. I don't know what they're going to get for him, though.
He's not bad, so you can get probably a second out of him, maybe.
I would agree.
Probably not more, definitely not more than that, but I'd say second or third, probably.
Yeah.
Second at the highest, more likely a third. Oh boy. Gotta do
Yep.
their sponsorships. Sorry, guys, if this is boring for you.
Yeah, could
It's
we
boring
move this
for us
along,
too.
please? Look, I'm a vet, and you
Don't get me
know,
wrong, I'm for it, but like,
yeah.
if you're gonna do the sponsorships, make them real short, to the point, move on. But I get it, you pay for a certain amount of space and getting too commercialized here.
A little bit. All right. Are we getting Roger anytime soon? There he is.
Okay. Okay. What? Oh.
Okay.
Oh. What are we going for? What?
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. I'm happy with that.
What's
Hold
worth
on.
trading?
You're ahead of me. Whoa. Whoa. I mean, Murphy makes perfect sense. You said it. I plug and play. I'm okay with that. But what's Minnesota after?
That's what I was gonna say. What is Minnesota after at this spot where they go? Yes, we're gonna give Jacksonville our third and fourth next year.
Quinion Mitchell?
It's the one that makes the most sense in my head.
Me too, but I mean,
Who
Johnny
else is
Newton
there? Who else?
wouldn't be said
Johnny
no to.
Newton, maybe.
Dallas Turner?
But Dallas, maybe.
We could use him as
Maybe.
an edge. I think we'd be happy to get that.
I don't think it's a wide receiver. I don't think we're trading up for running back, and not at that spot. That makes no sense to me.
No. I think we could just stay where we were at if we wanted running back. I mean, unless
we're
looking to get tackle maybe, or
Mims.
I don't know.
Mims, or maybe they are trading up for JPJ. Maybe they're jumping because they want JPJ.
Yeah,
Our pick is in already too, by the way.
Huh?
Our pick is in too, by the way.
We knew exactly what we wanted.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Quinion Mitchell would be nice. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
Quinion Mitchell with the Vikings.
I would not be upset with a Quinion Mitchell pick.
So we give up our 23rd. We give a fifth. We give the fifth round pick, and a third next year, and a fourth next year. So we don't have a pick until the 6th round now. We knew what we wanted, and we went and spent money. Hey, I'm okay with it.
Depending on what it is, I'm okay with it. Just don't do something dumb.
Because the team is pretty good in general. You didn't need a lot to make it better. To be fair. Okay, Viking selection. All right, what do we got?
All right, let's.
He's already walked out for me. I won't try to surprise.
Nope.
Shh. Huh. Okay.
Told you that could have been what they were looking for.
Yeah,
As
I
soon
know,
as
I'm
he
okay with
fell
that.
as an edge rusher, as soon as he fell there, they were like, "We want him." I'm not mad at that, actually.
It's a bit expensive in my taste, but I'm not real mad about it.
No, he's a fantastic player too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm not over the mad. And we needed to replace an edge because obviously we need to replace
even though we got Greenyard,
even though we got Greenyard, it's still short term, right? And you want a long term replacement.
Got a 3 or 4 year deal with us.
I think it's 3 year. But if you want a long term solution, right?
Dallas Turner, yeah.
There you
And
go.
Greenard is more of a defensive end than a linebacker, whereas Turner's more of a linebacker than an end.
Exactly. So you can kind of swap them out depending on the plays that you want to run.
Yeah. I'm
No,
not mad at this.
I'm not mad at this either.
This makes perfect
I'm
sense to me.
sure. This feels like, honestly, this selection feels very much like a what's his name? This feels like a Flores pick. This feels like Flores being like, I want my guy. This is what I
This
want.
feels like, all right, you got your quarterback. I want my guy now.
I want my guy now. Yeah, exactly. That's what this feels like.
Yeah,
Trade up. I want my guy.
I really like this guy. I think this is going to be a fantastic pick for Minnesota. I'm really happy for this. This was a draft that I feel very happy about being a Vikings fan.
Like, the only thing that sucks is obviously going, well, we don't have a pick now until the 6th round. Here's the thing, like, I get that, but we're in a position where we don't actually need a lot of things.
No, we don't.
So
we needed good
instead,
players.
getting a couple, 2 to 3 really good players is more important than getting a load of players that are pretty good or potentially really good. Yeah. We got our replacement quarterback who could potentially be our star, who we think is going to be our star. We got a replacement for Danielle Hunter who can help work that edge space.
Yep.
Like, I'm pretty happy about that. Obviously, I would like to have seen us get a halfback. We could still do it in the 6th round, but I don't think anybody good's going to be there anymore.
No.
But who knows?
So either.
We could get a random steal. You never know.
I mean,
and to be fair,
I think there's going to be a guy that'll still be there in the 6th round because I don't think a lot of people have eyes on him. But his dad was pretty good.
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair, it's not like we're dying at running back. We do have McBride, who looked okay when he played, and we do also have the other kid.
Oh yeah.
You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but big strong guy.
Yeah. And we got the Packers dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have him for at least a year now. Yeah.
A year. We could re-sign him potentially.
Potentially re-sign him, potentially.
But we still have our 1st round pick next year too, and if there's, who knows what's going to happen distinguishing there.
Exactly.
He sounds happy to be with us.
Well, it's even funnier because they pointed out how Dallas Turner was sacking J.J. McCarthy, and now they're teammates. So I'm sure JJ's just like, thank God.
Great, I don't have to play against him. He's on my side.
I don't have to worry about him tackling my ass no more. No, I'm very happy with our draft this year.
Yeah, that was.
We've made good moves. I think the Jacksonville move up was a little spendier than I'd like, but I get it.
Than I wanted it, but
and funnily enough, the same thing with the Jets one. I think that was also a little spendier than I would have liked, but again, I get it. You wanted to get your guys, and that's all you wanted. You weren't looking at getting a lot of picks. You were looking at getting the 2 to 3 guys you really wanted, and that was it.
Exactly.
And I think they came away with that accomplished.
Exactly. I think the Vikings so far have gotten an A from me for this draft.
I don't think they're even going to draft much more, to be honest. Like, yeah, they'll get something in the 6th and 7th.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, right now, I'm looking at this draft. I give them an A. It would be an A+, but I think both of the trades were just a little too expensive for my blood. But
so they paid. So you could argue they paid a little extra for the insurance to make sure that they were guaranteed to get what they wanted. I can
get that.
And I can get behind that, and that's why I agree with you. Is that it was an A. They slightly overpaid, and it was for insurance, and I don't disagree with the decision. I understand the decision. It just means that you admit that you did slightly overpay to make sure that you got what you wanted.
Yeah. It's to me, it's an A. I think they've done a really good job of manipulating the draft. We'll have to see how everybody else does now.
Yeah. I mean,
we still got the top corners on the board, and I think
we do.
I think the Bengals are happy about that. We could also see them get a wide receiver, and I think the Eagles are
I think this is where you pick up
thrilled.
a wide. I think you pick up a wide receiver here.
Yeah.
Like, I think before the announcement that he was demanding a trade, they were like, "Ooh boy, look at all the things we can do." But now they're thinking, "Thank God we still have some wide receivers that are good here." Donnie Mitchell, Brian Thomas Jr. Those are your two options. I'd pick one of them and be happy with it.
Now here's the thing: as Jacksonville, if you're looking for a wide receiver, you've got a bunch of extra picks now. Do you try and package those in the 23rd overall pick and maybe make a play on T. Higgins?
You could, yeah, you could. You could absolutely do that, and just, they could stick with where they're at too. And I'm sure they need a center, right? So Jackson Powers, I think I did give him a center even in the.
I did as well.
So maybe they're like, oh, we'll trade down because we're still looking at getting, JPJ, not a big deal. So they might be just doing that, and then with the other picks that they did just pick up for next year, they might decide to try to get T. Higgins after the draft potentially.
Well, yeah, because they only got a third and a fourth, or a fourth and a fifth next year.
A fourth and a fifth, but I imagine that they can flip a third and a fourth to Cincinnati next year and get T. Higgins. I bet you they'd accept that.
We'll see how they play
it. That's right. The Rams are finally on the clock. The Rams finally get a first-round pick.
Yay!
It's been so long.
I don't think they know what a first-round pick looks like anymore.
You know what I would do if I'm the Rams? If the Bengals don't pick him. You know who I'd pick? Byron Murphy's gone.
Yeah, I would pick Johnny Newton.
Very clearly, you go Johnny Newton. You 100%. Slop him in there, and you'll get a performance. Not I won't say the same as Aaron Donald because that would be unfair.
It would be,
but not unlike an Aaron Donald
exactly.
Style. Ooh. Yeah, I like it.
That's not bad. Protect Joe
Burrow. Yep, protect Joe Burrow.
Joe. I'm not mad at that.
Nope, I'm not mad at it.
That is a massive human being, too.
He is a massive dude, yeah.
Who's next? Is it the Eagles? No, it's the Rams. Again,
the Rams,
Johnny
that's
Newton.
what I'm saying, yeah. Probably Johnny Newton is what they should do. I don't know if they will.
That's what they're going to do.
To be fair, they could go Quinion Mitchell, and I'd be pretty happy with that, actually, still. I think anyone at this point picking Quinion Mitchell is getting a good deal at this point.
I agree with you. Do you think he falls to the Eagles?
He totally could.
And if he does, that's wild.
Also, I hate to say it, Cooper DeJean might not be a first-round pick.
I don't think he's going to be anymore. I think you're right.
No.
I mean, I could see maybe someone like the Niners taking a shot on him.
Which I do feel bad about because I think he's like right on the edge of being like a first-round pick, but it just feels like people are just not valuing that position as highly because they don't need it as highly at the moment.
Yeah, I agree. There's only a couple of teams that really, really, really need cornerbacks.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, even teams that we suspected potentially might need corners haven't
taken them. They've gone other directions.
Yeah. Like, at this point, I think I've had, hold on. Let me look at my board. We're at 19, right? Yep, we're on Rams. I had 1, 2... Yeah, I had 2 corners already off the board at this point.
I had...
With a third coming up pretty quickly here with
I had 2. I
Philly.
had 3 because I had Dijon off the board too by now.
Yeah, see, I only had 2. But the thing is, like, the fact that none haven't gone yet is crazy to me.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm surprised they haven't picked yet. They're at 2 minutes and they still haven't picked yet. Or almost at 2 minutes, I should say. In other words, they don't know what they want. I think it's pretty obvious, but
I do too, but maybe they're trying to negotiate for a trade as well.
Yeah, maybe they're thinking they can get their guy further down. Okay, so they finally picked.
Yeah, they finally picked.
The finally pick. Man, I mean, I know what we would pick here.
But I have no idea if that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're saying that.
Yeah, that's what we're saying. So in case those people who are not watching the draft at the same time, like
Yeah,
basically
they're
they're
saying that he
bringing up Johnny
reminds you a
Newton at the
little
same time.
bit of
Yeah.
Aaron Donald. I mean, there's also Chop Robinson, like they just mentioned.
They could. Chop Robinson is very athletic. He still has a lot of tweaking for sure. Like just
Yeah, but he's super athletic.
but as a raw product, but man, he is stupidly fun to watch for sure. But I think Johnny Newton's the way you go, man.
Yeah. There's
That's
also
true,
Jared Verse still on the board.
Jared Verse is still on the board, which is crazy. I forgot about that completely. Yeah. There's a lot of good talent still on the board. In fact, like, the second round is gonna be really interesting too, just because like there's so much talent that could have gone in the first round that just won't.
Yeah.
And it'll go into the second round.
100%. Here we go.
What do we got, Rams?
What you got, buddies? What you got?
Okay. Nice call out. Nice call out.
I'm not mad at that. That makes some sense.
It's not my choice,
No, not
but
mine either.
it's a good choice.
It's still a good choice.
Still a good choice. Not my choice. But
Yeah,
still a good
still
choice.
a good choice. Not my choice, but still a really good choice.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. What is with these comps? He's comped to be Will Anderson Jr. Like, what's the point of that? Like, the guy was a rookie last year. You don't even know how good he's going to be. So how can you comp another rookie?
Yeah,
to
I hate that. I hate that they're doing that.
It doesn't make any sense.
Makes no sense. None.
That's the third time I've seen them do that. It makes no sense.
Dumb. It's so dumb.
Because what if Will Anderson Olsen bombs and is no longer good? You're going to say all of a sudden now Jared Verse is going to do the same thing?
Yeah.
You have one good year, then bomb? Like, come on.
All right, so Steelers are on the clock.
I had them taking I think I had them taking a corner, didn't they? Hold on, let me go.
They don't need a corner. I think you had
No,
them,
offensive tackle. Sorry,
yeah,
I had them
taking
picking
a
Mims.
tackle. I think you had the Mims.
Which is Mims still on the board?
No, Mims is gone. Mims got taken by
right.
Cincinnati.
Yeah, so I don't even. Which offensive tackle?
I had him taking a wide receiver.
I mean, they could take Futuanu. Futuanu's still available.
Fuatanu is still available. They could go that. They could also go with.
They could go Ryan Thomas Jr. or Adonai Mitchell.
Adonai Mitchell, Lad McConkey.
Yeah, they could. Well, they could trade down because I don't know if
they could.
I don't know. All I know is because they're on the clock and I got a couple minutes here, I'm gonna go get some more ice because
I'm gonna go grab a drink of my own.
I need more drink.
I'm gonna go grab a drink of my own. I'll be right back. Well, I have switched out my ears for headphones for my buds. Give the left ear over here a rest. Put it in the right ear. Let's go.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
All right, pick us in.
So they didn't trade, so I wonder what they're doing here.
Yep, I don't know what they're doing. We're gonna find
That's
out,
why I
though.
said I wonder. I'm curious. How close are we to picking kind of what they're doing, or what picking their brain?
Well, you're thinking they're taking an offensive tackle, and I'm looking at it going, I think they're grabbing a wide receiver because they just traded one.
I can see that. I can see that. I just think tackle makes a little bit more sense to me, but yeah.
I'm not mad at that idea, but
I'm thinking like you want to protect
there are more talented ones around right now.
I'm just thinking you want to protect the guys that you got, but I get it. I get it. Yeah, that's true. The Lions haven't picked yet even.
Yeah, that is funny, isn't it?
Which they could still do what I said that they might do. They could bring over Cooper. They could still grab Cooper.
Prediction.
Possible, you never know.
I mean, he fits the Steelers' mentality.
I don't think so though.
No, I don't think so either. I think they're pretty set at corner right now.
Oh. He's got somebody with him.
Cam Hayward.
Yeah. Are you ahead of me, or did you just know that?
No, I think I'm a couple of seconds ahead of you. So I'll be quiet.
No, you're good. You don't say. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Good Lord, man. Can you talk? You have a lot of hot air.
Okay. Cool. I'm not mad, just man, why do you take so long to get there? Nationwide is on your Uh-huh. Okay. Yep.
Okay. Yep.
I'm right there on the money like I expected then.
Yep. No, you called tackle, and I said that's one of the things they could do.
Not the tackle that I expected, obviously, like at this point in time.
But it's still not a bad one.
It's at this point in the actual draft the best one I think available, absolutely. I think he was legitimately the best one still. Like you could make arguments for a couple others, but I think he was personally the best one still left available.
Yes, I agree. 100%. I agree. I'm not
Elijah Vera Tucker. I mean, I guess I kind of understand it. Eh.
I'm a little mad that Vera Tucker never actually panned out as good as he was supposed to be.
Yeah. All right. So what does what's Miami do now?
I still think that they could go. They can either go Johnny Newton or they could go with like Chop Robinson. Yeah. Either one of those would be great for them because they lost Wilkins to Las Vegas.
Which corners do they have?
I think they still have. Don't they still have Xavier Howard and
Do they?
I know they still have
Jalen Ramsey.
Jalen Ramsey.
Okay. So I was trying to debate: is that somebody? Is that a place you go? Let me check my board. What did I have them doing here? Oh, see, I had them taking J.C. Latham because this was one of those teams that needed both an edge and a tackle.
A guard and a tackle.
Sorry, not an edge, a guard and a tackle.
Yeah.
Which I don't think is not that's not possible, even close now.
No, I think because
what we got left
that I would want are gone.
Yeah, Alt's gone, Shanu's gone, Mims is gone, Futuanu's gone, Latham's gone, Fuaga's gone. Yeah, none of those.
Yeah, Mims is
Now,
gone.
if you do want guards, you still do have Cooper Beebe.
And you still have a center if you want to go that route.
If
in
you want to go
JPJ.
center, you got Jackson Powers Johnson.
But you could also go. You can also look now at defensive tackle and edge because you still have Johnny Newton sitting there.
Yep, Johnny Newton sitting there. You could look, depending on, I don't know how the corners' contracts are, but if one of them is coming up soon,
You could absolutely look at a corner. That wouldn't be horrible.
Maybe look at picking one up, like, because Quinion Mitchell, I'm honestly shocked we're at pick 21 and Quinion Mitchell still hasn't been selected. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a little shocked by this at this point.
I am too. And I'm going to get pissed as crap.
I will be disgusted if Quinion Mitchell goes to the
drop all the way down to Frisco.
If Quinion Mitchell goes to not Jacksonville, but if it goes to Philly, I'm gonna be pissed because it looks like that's what's gonna happen if
I'm
if
pretty
Dolphins
sure that's
don't
what's
grab
about to
him.
happen at the moment.
Yeah, and it's disgusting to think about. Loki, why are you being annoying?
Because I want attention, Dad.
You only want attention because I'm not giving it to you right now. If I give it to you right now, then you don't want it.
Exactly. I'm like a cat. Didn't you know this?
You only want my attention because you think you're not getting it. He's a needy little butthole. Oh, so the Dolphins pick is in, so they know what they're picking. It's probably been like that for a while, and I just didn't notice it.
Yeah, I'm still on commercial break here.
So am I. I just saw Dolphins pick is in, but the selection hasn't happened yet. You think they're stretching?
Yeah. I think that's what they're doing.
Bird, what are you doing? I love my bird, but sometimes I hate my bird. Philadelphia's on the clock. I see a little thing, 6.5 minutes they have. So we still have plenty of time.
All right, here comes Goodell.
Yeah, I guess Chop Robinson does make some sense there. I think he's a little raw for me, but I get it. Because all the other edges are gone already, so I get it. Yep. I get it. I get it.
Yep. I said it could happen.
So he's a little more raw than I prefer, but at the same time, if you really need an edge, and they did, and you look at the board and you go, oh shit, all the other guys are already gone.
Yeah.
You take who's left, and you just hope that you can mold them to be what you want them to be.
And they just pointed out what you said, a little bit raw.
A little bit of raw. Very explosive, very, very quick. Like, he is incredibly athletic, got so much talent.
Oh, yeah.
He just needs somebody to mold him into being that perfect player, because that's all that he's missing.
You know who's going to be there that could help him with that? Bradley Chubb.
Well, Mike McDaniel's not. It would be who's their defensive
I don't know, but I know
coordinator?
that they have Bradley Chubb still. And a
was gonna
veteran
say,
like
who's their
that is
defensive
certainly going to
coordinator?
help.
Yeah, I can't remember who the defensive coordinator is.
I have no idea.
But no, it's a great pick for him. No doubt. I'm not gonna knock that. It's a good pick. Man, Eagles are down to only 2. They're down to 3 minutes and they haven't picked yet. How have they not just gone? Man, Quinion Mitchell's still here. Hell yeah! Like, are we just overvaluing our corners here? Like, what the hell's going on?
Maybe, but they could just be going, okay, we have our pick at corner. Which one do you want? I don't think they expected every great first-round corner to sit here.
Maybe. It just feels weird that so many other teams have also seemed to kind of... Like, don't get me wrong, I guess... I'm assuming most teams probably have high picks for most of the corners, but I'm assuming most of them probably have been like, we just have higher needs on some of these other positions that are still available.
Well, it's like last year, we had a lot of wide receivers near the top, and they all went at the bottom of the first.
Yeah,
pretty much in a row, too.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that is possible. Because we're still talking. We're down to 2 minutes now. No pick yet. I mean, he's on the phone talking to somebody, but no pick yet. That's crazy. I thought for sure they would have been like...
they could also go with JPJ here as well, because Kelsey did just retire.
They could. I just think it's clear you go corner.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And everybody on the panel down there is thinking corner.
Don't overthink it, you know? There are just some things you don't overthink. Now, to be fair, some people might not go Quinion Mitchell. You and I have Quinion Mitchell as our top guy because, like, we just think he's that good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like, he's from Toledo. He's not gonna be the first corner. Some people are saying it's gonna be either Arnold or, which I don't even think it should be Terry Arnold. In fact,
I think it would be Nate.
But
the only reason it's not Quinion Mitchell.
The only reason they don't want Nate Wiggins either is because the people are worried about his health. Which is funny. Those are the two you and I have rated above.
Oh,
but people that are worried
Detroit
about
could absolutely get the corner they want.
They
won't have to go with Rakestraw. They could get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, like, Philly here could be in that same vote and go, oh, we don't trust the guy from Toledo since he didn't have enough high-quality matches. And we don't trust the other guy because he had too many injuries. We're too worried about that. So we're going to go Terry Arnold. Don't get me wrong. Terry Arnold, good corner.
Mm-hmm.
I think Quinion Mitchell and the other guy are just in a tier above.
Nate Williams. I think they're.
Nate Wiggins. I think they're just in a league, a tier. I guess league maybe might be too far, but at least a tier above.
Mm-hmm.
You know. So, Eagles pick is finally in. If they did go that way, though, that would be kind of funny for me because I'd be like, you did not get as good of a player as you could have.
But I think the Lions would love that because I think.
Oh yeah, the Lions would be happy.
I think currently.
They still have a while to go, though. Because after Philly, we got Jacksonville, then Dallas, Green Bay, Tampa, Arizona, Buffalo, then Detroit.
Yeah, well, Tampa needs a corner.
Tampa needs a corner.
The Cardinals could take a corner.
You could argue the Cardinals could take one. You could argue Jacksonville could take one. I don't think they will, but you could argue for it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Buffalo will. I think Buffalo is going to try to make a play out of Donnie Mitchell if he's still there.
I agree. And in fact, that's why I have them taking.
Yeah. It makes sense to me. They need a wide receiver to replace Stephon Diggs. And while he's not as good as Stephon Diggs, he's still a pretty good wide receiver. I mean, I guess he could obviously develop and be better, but
you could also do Thomas Jr.
I don't have him graded to be that high. That's all I'm saying.
You could also do Thomas Jr. there if he's still there.
Yeah, if you want somebody who's going to be the deep ball guy that Stephon Diggs was originally was, then yeah, you go Brian Thomas Jr. Yeah. Gosh, I'm still waiting. Come on, there we go. Now he's finally coming down the hallway. Jeez.
I won't. I'll be quiet.
I was gonna say I think I'm a little bit behind you again.
You are again. Uh-huh, that's so nice, Roger.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's thrilling.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Am I the only guy that hears the Snoopy teacher when he fucking talks?
Wah, 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 wah. Wah.
Look, I get that you're trying to hype up your international reach, but that's what fucking commercials are for.
I was gonna say
Okay?
we're in the draft, but I get it. They want to commercialize it. They want to try to get the money out of it. It just feels like they've gone from being mostly draft to a little bit of commercial to a lot of commercial with a little bit of draft. Oh no. Okay.
Yep, they got
They
the
did.
best
Yep.
corner in the draft, in my
They didn't.
opinion.
They didn't overthink it. They just went, "Who's the best available still?" Quinion Mitchell. There we go.
Put my finger down. Boink.
Yeah, this just makes sense.
Yeah, it was perfect sense. This is
I
something
hate
that
it.
the Eagles absolutely needed.
I love it, but I hate it.
Oh yeah, I'm mad, but at the same time, it's perfect for them.
It makes so much sense, and that's why I hate it.
Yeah, this kid is fast.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is perfect for the Eagles, and I think this really does help their defense. This is something they really did need. This cornerback, this is going to really help them, and because they had a lot of holes in that secondary, and he's going to definitely.
Oh, they got found out in that second half of the year.
Oh yeah, but this is going to really help anchor that down.
Oh yeah. It also helps that he can kind of do a little bit of everything that you ask him to. You want him to play man-to-man? He can play man-to-man. You want him to play zone coverage?
Jacksonville's
He
on
can
the
play zone
clock.
coverage. Back on the clock again.
Yeah. What are they going to do
Probably
now?
not trading out this time.
No, I would imagine they're looking at JPJ now.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I mean, they could go wide receiver because there's still several available.
There's a couple wide receivers left.
There's a cornerback left that they could do, but I really
There's
feel
a couple
like,
of good corners.
I really feel like going center here makes sense.
Yeah, if they want to shore up their center for sure, I think that's what you do now. I just don't know who else you take here if you're Jacksonville. Like if it's not a center, it's a wide receiver probably. Is my bet. So I'm trying to think anybody on defense. I don't think they go for corner. I don't think they go for any of the safeties. I don't think they go for the linebackers.
No,
and
they've got
the edges,
plenty of edges and linebackers.
and the edges are already gone anyways.
Yeah,
the edges are just gone.
The good edges are gone. I mean, there were a couple that I was floating that could still go as edge, but
Yeah, but I think all the main ones that are definitely first rounders are gone.
yeah.
Like we are getting towards the bottom of the first hour. Could be some people reach still for some people, but yeah.
I mean, they could go Johnny Newton.
That's true. Johnny Newton's still around. I completely forgot about that.
Yep.
Tell you what, if they don't, Dallas probably will.
I think Dallas is going running back.
You really think so?
100%.
And do you think they're going for sure the kid from Texas too?
No, I actually think they. Well,
I think
maybe,
they'll go for the kid from
they
Texas.
should
for
go
sure.
with Benson.
I agree. I think they should go for Benson, but I think if they're gonna go for one, I think they'll definitely go for the guy from Texas.
Yeah, I
don't know why. I just got that feeling.
That's a very Jerry Jones
tell you why.
move, too.
That's what I'm saying. I can't describe why. I got that gut feeling. That feels like something Jerry Jones would do.
Yeah.
Oh, Jacksonville's pick is in. That was quick. Jacksonville knew what they wanted, apparently. And you already said that we think they're probably picking JPJ. Yeah.
I
So I just don't
agree.
know who
I
else
think
it
that's
is.
what they.
Like,
I
it
think
could be
that's
one
what
of the
they should
guards.
do.
It could be one of the guards.
Could be Cooper
If it's
Beebe.
not JPJ, I think it's for sure a wide receiver if it's not. And if
Yeah.
it is a wide receiver, it's probably a Donai Mitchell. Because they need a complete wide receiver, not Brian Thomas Jr., who's just going to take the top off.
Yeah.
I think they would go a Donai Mitchell if they're
I
going.
agree. I think that would be a better pick for them. However, Lad McConkey wouldn't be horrible for them.
I love that they have Tony Khan there with a freaking neck brace on. Oh my god, that's great. If you know, you know. If you don't,
I do
you
know.
don't.
I got to see. I saw the clip.
Yeah, it's great. Got to keep up the kayfabe.
Being all elite.
Got to keep kayfabe, man.
I got nothing but love for that. You know what?
Yep.
Props, Tony.
Exactly.
That was
exactly.
cool.
All right, Jags. Who are you selecting? Okay.
Yep. Yep.
And that's not the direction you and I thought they should go.
No, but I get it. Take the top off wide receiver. He is a full on, like, you know, he is.
Don't
your
get me
deep
wrong,
threat.
that is
they
what he
don't
is.
really
But
have
like,
one.
I feel like you want a more complete wide receiver than just a super fast take the top off receiver. But hey, you know, we did say that if they don't go center, they'll go wide receiver. I was thinking that they're going to go a Mitchell instead of Brian Thomas Jr. Brian Thomas Jr. was obviously an option. I just thought Adonai Mitchell made more sense, but this is still overall a good pick.
Yeah,
I'm not mad.
I'm not pissed
Still
off
a good
with this
pick.
pick.
No, still a good pick. Not the one I expected. Still a good pick.
Yeah, definitely not what I was expecting, but not a bad pick.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Dallas definitely doesn't need a center, right?
Maybe.
I don't think they do.
I don't think so.
So, in that case, I think it is probably that halfback, that Texas running back, which is funny because no halfbacks have been selected in the first round yet, and a lot of people had even the halfbacks that we debated as being first rounders as being more likely second rounders. So there is actually a chance that Dallas doesn't go halfback.
Yeah, there could be.
And they legitimately decide to go Adonai Mitchell
go Johnny Newton
or
here.
Johnny Newton, or maybe they decide to go JPJ because he's still really good and maybe they want him for the future, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And obviously we got a couple other good corners, but I don't know if they really need corners.
They really don't. They're pretty good at. They're pretty set at corner.
Okay.
All in bed,
Also,
baby.
apparently, I was gonna say, apparently, from everything I've heard, is according to Jerry Jones reiterated that he's going all in for the draft. So let's see, what does all in for Jerry Jones and the Cowboys mean for this year's draft?
I think it means all in bed.
We're gonna find out with their pick.
Is it okay
Because
to
if
say
there's a
that
team
I
that's
have
gonna-
zero confidence in Jerry Jones and the Cowboys to draft anything that's worthwhile?
If there's a team that's gonna reach on something really stupid, it's gonna be the Cowboys.
100%. They're not gonna do. I don't think they're gonna do what's conventional here.
No.
I was just thinking, are they gonna take that? Hold on, I think I still have the. I don't know what I did with it now. The other tackle from Texas, the really huge one. You know who I'm talking about. Defensive tackle.
Yeah, I don't remember his name though.
Yeah, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That would be something that Jerry might do as well. He's just crazy enough to do some crap like
Oh
that.
my god, that'd be such a reach though.
It would be, but it's a Jerry move.
I don't know. According to a report that came out 6 hours ago, is that Cowboys are interested in Texas running back Jonathan Brooks.
Again,
Dude, if it happens,
would not
it'd be
surprise me.
hilarious. It'd be hilarious if they do.
I mean, that's a very, very Jerry move.
It is. It very much is.
I mean, he's already.
They
got
still
a
have, by the
deal.
way, they still haven't picked, and it's been 1 minute and 15 seconds left on the clock. That's crazy. I think this is the longest that we've gone with the clock running down without a pick happening yet.
The Eagles got
Less
it
than a
down pretty
minute.
far.
Did they?
Mm-hmm.
Same. We're down to under 1 minute now.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Maybe they're looking to trade back.
Maybe.
I don't think anybody else has any interest in a running back or Jonathan Brooks right now.
Vikings move back up into the first round.
I'm half expecting them to trade their first rounder next year to move back into the first round this year.
That's all I was gonna say. That'd be nuts.
I would not put it past Adolfo Mensa.
They select Trey Benson. Oh, there was a trade. Detroit moves up.
Oh,
That's what was taking so long.
what'd they give up?
I don't know. I haven't seen that part yet. I
But we
just saw
do
that
know
the,
they're
that
going
the
after-
trade thing came
they're
up.
going after a corner.
Who and the pick is in too right away.
Yeah, they're going after a corner. I guarantee it, 100%.
You think they're going after that kid from Illinois or whatever?
No,
Or is he from Clemson?
he's from Clemson.
Clemson, that's right.
They could also be going after Arnold from Alabama.
That's true, but I think it would be unwise to go that direction.
I do too. But we've said that before, and we've watched teams go the unwise direction, so.
True.
They could also be going after, and I don't think I'd take him this high, but McKinstry.
Kool-Aid McKinstry, yeah, it's possible. So they trade picks, and Lions get a 7th round pick, and they give up a 3rd. So they give up their 3rd to move up and get a 7th.
And
That's
it's a
actually not
7th
that
in
bad.
2025, next year.
Yeah, next year's. That's not horrible.
I
It's
mean,
not
that's
great.
not bad.
Not great, but not horrible. Their coach looked happy, though. He looked very happy. Which tells me it's probably a guy that's in the trenches. Because we know how much he loves his guys in the trenches. Dan Campbell just loves his guys in the trenches.
Oh, he does. He does. So it wouldn't surprise me if they went with like a Johnny Newton.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking they did. Because he seemed really happy with the pick they got.
I mean,
It's
they
either a
totally
corner
could go
or
for-
it's Johnny Newton.
Yeah, it's either a corner or Johnny Newton. Could also be.
Like, I don't
Cooper
know who else they
DeJean,
would
that
trade
seems
up,
like-
because they
Cooper
obviously
DeJean
traded
seems
up
like a
'cause they-
Dan Campbell kind of a guy, though, too.
Well, they traded up because they obviously clearly wanted to jump who they thought would take whichever player this is. So it's got to be somebody that somebody else, another team, had it pegged as a player they wanted. Like Green Bay, who do they want? Would Green Bay, maybe they would have gone him for a corner, somebody they wanted a corner?
Green Bay might, or they could also go for a defensive tack. Green Bay could go for a couple of different things.
Either
Linebacker.
way, yeah.
There's a couple of
Tampa
things
could
they
do the
need.
same thing. Tampa could do the same thing. Arizona could have done the same thing. So I guess they were just trying to jump the teams that would have just gotten in the way, I guess. Oops, excuse me.
That dude in the luchador mask.
I know. I saw him a little bit ago there, yeah. Gosh, I really don't know who they're going to pick. It's either... It's probably a defensive player. It's probably a corner.
I would guess it's
that
a corner.
defensive... Or it's that defensive tackle in Newton. Those are the only two that I can think of.
I mean, Newton at Newton wouldn't be bad helping alongside Hutchinson.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mad at that.
Like as much as I kept saying that, like if you can here, pair up another edge with Aiden O'Connell or not Aiden O'Connell,
Aiden Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson, that would be really good. But if you can't get that, pair him up with a really good interior defensive lineman like Johnny Newton, and by God, that's gonna be dangerous. Man, I swear, are we sure that he hasn't had something to drink? Or is he just really tired? He's not used to being up this late anymore? Like, he just keeps slurring his words.
Yeah, like, I don't know what's wrong with you, Goodell. You need to hire somebody to do this for you. I think you've drank more than he has. Maybe he's just a lightweight.
I mean, to be fair, this is only 15%, so it's not that much. Okay. It's not the choice I would have made.
I mean, we knew they were going to go defensive back.
Probably. It's... Man, I like Terry and Arnold. I don't love Terry and Arnold. I love the kid from Clemson.
I get that, but I think his injury history is...
They're just worried about... I get it. They're really worried about it, but, like, last year he looked fucking amazing. Come on.
Yeah.
He went a full year without any issues. Come on.
I'm not mad at Terry and Arnold. That's a still
No,
solid,
I'm not
solid
mad.
pick.
I just think they could have done better.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
But that aside, still good.
Still not a bad pick at all.
No. All right, Green Bay, what are you picking?
Please trade out of the first round. I don't want to deal with you anymore.
Trades out of the first round. Gets nothing in return.
Just give your first round pick to somebody. Default.
Yep.
Do what the Vikings did a couple of years back.
That was more than a couple of years back, to be fair.
Come on now. I'm old. I can't. It could have been yesterday, and I'm going to call it,
I was going to say it was several years ago.
But didn't we do it like 2 drafts in a row?
I don't know if they were in a row. But I know they were pretty close to each other. There might have been a year separating them.
I don't remember. I just remember them happening. I was like...
But it did happen, yeah.
How do you screw this up?
Wait, we were supposed to pick? No one told us we were on the clock. Man, I'm getting tired, and we're thankfully we're almost there. But god dang,
yeah, I feel it.
And there goes the fans. All right, we know who we're picking. All right, peace out, guys. Bye.
Yep, everybody's like, okay, we got our pick. Bye.
Detroit fans are like, all right, we're good
done.
now. We just wanted to know who
going
we were
home.
picking. Look, jeez, look how many people are leaving. My God. All right, we know who we're picking. Peace out, guys. Oh, yeah, he's in a good mood.
Yeah, he's working the crowd pretty well.
Well, my stream decided to stop working for a second. So I'm now potentially really far behind you. I'm waiting for it to reload. Internet down. I don't even know. Can you even see me anymore?
Yeah, you're still here.
Okay, I was gonna say it looks like it's really dark on the preview screen.
It is dark. It is pretty dark. I will say that.
Okay. I definitely have to fix that for our next stream because my God, I look like I'm living in a basement, and I'm not. I'm not actually in the basement.
Huh?
I'm on the first floor. I said, as much as it looks like I'm living in the basement, I'm not living in the basement. I'm on the first floor. Come on, Sling, you butthole. Let me watch the draft. Okay, there we go. So Green Bay pick is in.
Yep, I just got that notification.
Okay. So who is Green Bay picking?
I don't know.
I was gonna say these last couple ones are starting to get a little harder here because we're starting to run out of players. Who did I have them picking? I had them. Oh, that's right. I had them going and picking up Edgerrin Cooper,
Edgerrin
the
Cooper, yeah.
linebacker. I don't know if they'll go that way, but he is still available.
Well, yeah. Johnny Newton is still there too. I'm gonna keep hammering that.
That's true. I'm surprised Johnny Newton still hasn't gotten taken. Like I had Brian Murphy higher on my tier list, obviously, than you did. Like you had him, we had him flip flopped. But I didn't think there'd be this much separation between.
I didn't either. But
when they were going to get selected,
yeah.
You know.
But I mean, Brian Murphy would work. They could go with a cornerback. They don't really need one, but there's several there. A wide receiver totally wouldn't be horrible for them. There's several of those there.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's somebody on the defense. I just feel like it's a defensive player.
Huh?
I feel like it's going to be a defensive player for their pick. That's just my feeling, though.
Yeah, I agree.
Packers selection. Boo! Damn right. Let's go, boys.
I think I'm a little behind you now.
Possibly. Oh. Apparently the Packers are hosts for the next draft. Interesting.
I didn't even have him on my board.
I didn't have him even as a second round grade, my friend.
No, I had him as like a third or a fourth. I didn't even look at him.
I barely looked at him.
I mean, good lord, that's a reach.
Yeah, I don't like that pick.
I don't either. But you know what? I'm going to retract. I love that pick for Green Bay.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I get it. They needed a tackle, but like,
there were much better ones.
There were not only better ones, but oh wow, Tampa Bay's pick is in already.
Tampa knew exactly what they wanted.
But what I was gonna say is that, like, even if they really did like that guy, no one was going to select him until the second round at best. You could have just traded out of the first round if you didn't want anything that was available there, and then gotten more picks, and then gotten your guy in the second day. Like, it just doesn't. It feels like you just gave away capital, basically.
Yep, 100%. I think Tampa's going Nate Wiggins here.
You think so?
Yeah.
I can see it. It makes sense.
They need a corner. They got
J-
torched.
JPJ?
Maybe, but they got torched in the secondary.
They did. Yeah, but so did Buffalo. Buffalo had some issues there too.
Yeah, but didn't they have some injuries too?
I don't think so. Not as much last year. Maybe they did.
But I think Buffalo's going to try to replace Diggs.
That's probably true. If they're smart, they will.
Yeah, JPJ might slip out of the first round.
It's very possible.
The way things are going.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, it is. But there are some teams that would be happy to see that, especially some teams that could use a good center at the top of the second round.
True.
You know, the
That's
Panthers being one of them.
That's true. That is true.
Hi, Burb. It is a burb.
This is a burb in my hand. No, he's not dead.
He's just pining.
He's just chilling.
I don't know if you get that joke. That's an old Monty Python's Flying Circus sketch.
Oh. What do you say? He's pushing up the daisies?
No, he's just pining. He was on the perch when you left. That's because he had been nailed
to it.
I think the best part of that is when he takes the dead bird out of the cage and he starts beating it on the counter.
Polly! Hello, Polly! Polly Parrot! Wake up, Polly!
That one is great. And the argument. Have you ever seen the argument one?
Which one's that one?
I've come for an argument. No, you haven't. Why, yes, I have. I've paid £10 for it. No, you haven't.
I don't remember that one. I've seen quite a few of them, though, so it's possible I've seen it. I just don't remember.
God, they're so silly.
So, who is Tampa? Because Tampa picked quick. Like, they knew what they wanted.
I think they're going Nate Wiggins.
You think so?
Yeah.
With how quick they picked, you sure?
Yeah. I think they went, oh, shit, he's still here. Flip.
That's fair. What are you doing, buddy? Scratching yourself with my finger, right? Yeah.
All right, let's see what they're going to do here. They could totally go center here.
They could.
This could be JPJ right here.
Okay. So I know this is going to shock you. Okay, because I'm going to bring this up for just a second. I've heard him climbing boards over the last week and a half, and I don't get it.
I don't either. I don't.
He's not bad. Don't get me wrong. He's a good center.
He's a second rounder at best.
But he's not JPJ.
No. No.
But apparently I started realizing people started rating him over JPJ towards the last couple days here, and I'm like, I don't
understand why.
I don't
Unless he
understand
had
why.
a hell
And
of a
apparently
pro day.
here's why. I don't know.
I don't like it. I think they made a mistake.
They needed a center. I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't know if this is the right center.
Well, the Cardinals didn't waste any time.
They didn't either, no. Are they going to get JPJ?
Maybe.
I doubt it. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. I think they're going to go either corner or defense, or I think they're either going
No,
corner
this is
or,
definitely feels like a corner. This definitely feels
yeah,
like corner to
or
me.
maybe Johnny Newton.
It could be Johnny Newton, but it feels like corner would make sense for them
That
at
shouldn't
this
take
point.
long for him to come back out either.
Well, to be fair, they're getting towards the end of there when they're probably supposed to cast. I think they're supposed to be done at 11.
Probably.
Okay. I mean,
I had him on my list.
I had him as a second rounder, a high second.
Yep, I
So,
said he could be reached for at the bottom
slight,
of the first.
a slight reach, but I get
did
it.
say that he could be reached for, and edge was one of the areas. In fact, I had been
Yep.
picking Chop Robinson.
Yep.
So edge was one of the things I said the Arizona needed. So this totally makes sense to me.
No, yeah, I agree. I'm in the same position. I get
not
it.
even mad at this.
I don't love the pick, but I'm not mad at it.
No, this is a much better pick than the pick that I just saw.
I think you're
In fact,
really
it's
hating
much better
on.
than the last two picks I've seen.
I was gonna say I think you're really hating on that center pick a little bit more than I think you should be. Don't get me wrong; it's not a great pick, but I think you're hating on it a little bit more
I
than
had him
you
as
should.
the fourth best center in this draft.
Yeah, I see. I think you're hating on him a little bit more than you should be, but it still wasn't a great pick. I give you that. I had him as a high second. Well,
I had him as a low second.
I
high
should
third.
say a mid second is probably more accurate, but
Robinson, this is I think this is a decent pick right here.
yeah,
Out of all
this
the
isn't
edges
bad.
left, he's pretty good. I'm not mad at this one. I
No.
think he's got a good motor. He's a disruptor. He moves well. Yeah, I'm not mad at.
Like, I think honestly, I think there's better picks that the Cardinals could have gone here, but they obviously valued.
corner would definitely be something
edge.
I thought they would go here,
Like,
but
Yeah, I was gonna say obviously the Cardinals valued that edge position very highly, and this was honestly one of the last really good edges until you start getting into like the late seconds, early third
exactly,
round picks.
I agree with you 100%. There's still the other linebacker from Alabama, Braswell.
Yeah, but he's not really an edge.
No, I think he's more
definitely
of a
more of a
than an edge,
regular
but
linebacker. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not. That helps the Cardinals quite a bit, I think.
It does. It does. I'm curious to see Buffalo. Like Adonai Mitchell would make the most sense here in my book.
Oh, for Buffalo,
But-
yeah,
But will they go that way? They might not.
they might
Teams
not.
are starting to do a little weird shit down at the bottom here that
They
we're
could,
not.
do, and then it always happens at the bottom. Like the bottom
Yeah.
is where the reaches and the weird crap happens.
So maybe JPJ. Do they need a center? I don't remember
No,
if they
they
do
don't.
or not. Yeah, they could go corner.
Whoa! There's a trade. I think
Hold on, I haven't seen anything yet.
they just switched the background.
I'm waiting to see the trade thing pop up. Oh yeah, you're right. I see it on the tracker now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What would they trade up for that they want here?
Wide receiver. Maybe a corner. Because they did get rid of Snead.
That's true. Why would Buffalo willingly trade with Kansas City though?
I don't know.
That seems like a weird
That seems
decision.
weird.
Especially if Kansas City does go for a wide receiver when you needed wide receiver, that's going to look like real fucking stupid.
I mean, Kansas City could totally go with a corner, though.
They could. But what I'm going to say is if they do go wide receiver, Buffalo's going to end up with egg on their face because they need wide receiver too, so it's going to look super stupid.
I agree.
And their pick is in already.
Yeah. I don't know what they're picking. I don't even know what the trade is, but yeah. There's been a lot more trades on the bottom of the first round than there was in the entire top.
I was expecting the top 15 to see more trading than the bottom 15.
But no, we've gotten all of it has been down here.
Yeah.
So there's been a plethora of trades, like
except for our trades.
Huh?
But the only trades that happened were our trades.
I mean,
to be fair, they were
up one, and we traded up like 4. 5?
I think so, yeah.
Something like that.
We traded up to 10, and then we traded up to
17.
Was it 17?
Yeah, 17 from 23.
23, yeah.
Yeah, that's 5 spots.
Yep.
So we traded up a total of 6 spots overall in the draft between our 2 picks.
Woo!
And we got what we wanted. We got McCarthy and we got Dallas Turner. I am still reeling with how well this worked out for us.
Look who's back. Back again. Loki's back. Tell a friend. Mr. Shaky Wangs.
I mean, it's been the Wild West down here at the bottom part of this draft.
It has been.
I
have a bird cuddling to my face right now.
I know. I do. What are we doing here, Casey?
I don't know. I'm looking at Chipotle.
I think I'm doing the same.
I'm not looking at Chipotle anymore.
No, now I'm looking at some NFL stuff.
NFL app? Yep. Now I'm looking at draft stuff that says it's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thanks for commercializing the draft that everyone knows about? Question mark? Okay. Sounds like a lot of pick swapping went on. And then Kansas City gave up a third.
Yeah. Probably not. They could have waited on that. Yeah, there are. There's also some good corners, and they got rid of L'Jarius Sneed, so... They're saying maybe O-line, but I don't think there's anybody tackle-wise.
I don't think there's anyone worth
a
first-round pick at this point, especially to move up for.
Yeah, this is either a corner or a wide receiver, in my opinion.
Yeah. If you're moving up, it's got to be a corner or a wide receiver. I'd be shocked if it's somebody... Or maybe... I mean, I guess you could go center, but I'd be shocked by that, too.
I would be really shocked by that. They don't really need that.
Okay. You know what's funny?
That's exactly who I had them taking at the bottom of the draft.
That's who I had them taking, because I made the joke of them looking at him and going, oh my god, look how fast he is. He looks like Tyreek Hill.
Yep. I mean, though, you could have probably stayed pat and still gotten him.
I think so, too, but apparently they thought they needed to move up for some reason for it.
And I'm sure Buffalo isn't mad to get the extra picks.
No, I'm confused because, like, don't get me wrong.
I think they thought
good
Buffalo
player.
might actually take him because he's so fast and reminds you a lot of like a Stephon Diggs.
Maybe that's what they were worried about. Yeah, maybe they were worried they would take him because, like, Adonai Mitchell's still on the board, Ladd McConkey's still on the board, Keon Coleman's still on the board, Xavier Legate's still on the board. Like,
Yeah.
I just don't think they needed to move up for him. It feels like they gave away more than they needed to get the guarantee, and that's pretty much what it feels like. They wanted that guarantee.
Yeah, they gave it up for a guarantee to get another wide receiver, especially if Rashee Rice has to spend some time in prison.
Yep, Dallas's pick is already in.
Yeah, I think I don't think they were gonna fuck around anymore.
JPJ, I gotta keep bringing it up, man. Like, what the fuck? This
Johnny
feels
Newton
weird.
too.
Yeah, this has got to be Johnny Newton. This is definitely Johnny Newton.
I mean, it could be Brooks.
This feels like a Johnny Newton pick.
Yeah, but it could be Brooks again.
Could be, but it just feels like Johnny Newton, right?
It should be. I wouldn't be mad if it were Brooks, though. All right, so what are the Cowboys going to do?
I don't know. It depends on when. Depends on when Goodell decides he wants to come out of his back room. Because clearly the pick is in. He's just, chewing clock.
Yeah, and I can see the Ravens are on the clock.
Yeah, the Ravens are on the clock already.
6:27 to go.
Yep. Can you imagine the Ravens getting Johnny Newton? That'd be really gross.
What?
The Ravens, if they got Johnny Newton?
Oh, don't
that'd
even
be
talk like that. That would be gross.
That'd be gross, dude.
That'd be gross. The only team that would be more gross is if it were the Niners.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. The Niners would be the only other ones that would be worse.
All right, what are we doing? What are we doing here? What are we doing here, Dallas?
I mean, okay. Okay. I mean, I had him late second round.
Yeah.
Okay. He's not bad. He's not bad.
Not horrible.
A little bit of a reach.
A little bit, but I'm sure Skip's happy because he's an Oklahoma fan and he's a Dallas fan.
True. Skip got exactly what he wanted.
Skip probably just... I'm going to not say that. That would not be appropriate for this stream.
Listen, Skip's great. He's just a bit of a goof.
But you know what? You know what I like about Skip is that he is a blatant homer for his teams, but he never tries to pretend that he's not. He never says, I'm just being honest and balanced. No. He flat out admits, I'm a fan of Oklahoma, I'm a fan of Dallas, and I do not care what anybody else thinks. I'm always going to
he tries to be balanced in most things once in a while, but he definitely admits when he's biased in certain subjects.
Oh yeah, he's flat out biased for them, but he admits it. That's the thing I like about him.
Yeah.
I think the thing I don't like is there are other players and teams that he is biased against, and he tries to pretend that he's not. That he's got reasons why this player or that player isn't that great, or this team or that team. Oh, just look at this. And I'm like, just stop. I'm not mad for Dallas at that. That makes some sense.
Yeah. It's a little bit of a reach, but overall not bad.
Yeah. But we figured if somebody was going to reach, it was going to be Jerry Jones.
They reached less than the other guys that we saw earlier, so...
Yeah, I think that's way less of a reach than either Graham Barton or Jordan, whatever his name was. The Packers took.
Don't even remember, but the Baltimore Ravens pick is already in.
Yeah, they're moving now. I think they're just trying to get to the end.
Also, we are at a point now where Johnny Newton could go to the 49ers.
We are, because it's only the Ravens, the Niners, and the Bills left.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Oh my God, could you imagine if these guys got Nate Wiggins?
They might. I mean, he's available. I'm surprised that some of these guys that are available are still available.
Yeah, me too.
Like, Johnny Newton surprises me. Nate Wiggins surprises me. Cooper DeJean. I had him as a late first rounder. I'm surprised he's still not. Adonai Mitchell still around. Kool-Aid McKinstry still around.
Yeah.
Like Cooper or JPJ still around. There's just a lot of players that I'm looking at going, man, I'm surprised some of these guys are still here.
Yeah, they could take Dijon here too.
They could.
Yeah, they could totally go either McKinstry or Wiggins here. That I would
They
not be
could, yeah.
surprised.
I think I'd prefer Wiggins over McKinstry, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You all right?
Yep. Kind of brushed the wrong tube for a little bit there.
Yeah, here comes Roger.
I'm a little bit behind you because I only just saw him come out now.
Now you're behind me again.
Apparently. Yeah, we keep swapping.
Yep. I'll be quiet.
Okay.
Yep, yep. And that's the
No,
guy
that
we
makes
thought they
sense.
should have gone with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm a little shocked he was still here, to be fair.
I am too. I get the injuries that people were mad about, but yeah, going through corner here, Wiggins totally makes.
If you
all the
watched
sense
this last year he played, it was so goddamn good.
Yeah, he was so good. I think honestly, but he obviously is not a run defense kind of a guy. Doesn't really like
No,
it.
he's definitely he's your pass guy.
The Ravens definitely don't need that. They've got plenty of guys to do that already.
They need a pass
out
defender
there and close holes and stuff.
Yep.
I mean, they've got to be they got to flip the Johnny Newton card, right?
I mean, Johnny Newton makes a lot of sense here, actually.
Yeah, I mean, would really help. That helps their line. I mean,
yeah.
I think that if he's going to go in the first round, it's going to be right here.
I agree.
And I wouldn't expect to see him slide all the way out of the first round, but now he could.
I'd be shocked if he slides out of the first. But it's possible because it looks like JPJ could slide out of the first.
Yeah, but that was always a possibility in my book.
I know, but it feels like out of all the centers, he'd be the one that wouldn't.
And I say the same thing, but apparently Graham Barton is the one they wanted more. And I don't know why he shot up boards. I don't know if he had a hell of a pro day. I don't know if he interviewed really well. I don't know if his Wonderlic score was super high. I don't know what there was that made a lot of people suddenly go, I don't get it. I'm not down on him. Like, I had him as mid to late second, maybe a third. You know, I had him as the fourth best center of the draft, in my opinion. Because I had the kid from West Virginia and Cedric Van Pram from Georgia over him. But you're not making a mistake picking him. I just think there were better options for that position available. And I think you're going to have some remorse on that because I feel like you're going to watch the other guys and you're going to be like, oh, well, you really should have gone that route.
Right.
Still, we'll see what the Niners decide to do here. And I think we're pretty set that the Bills are probably taking a wide receiver. And I'd imagine it's going to be a Donnie Mitchell. I mean, they could go Ladd McConkey, but I think they're going to go Mitchell, who I think is
That would make sense, but
Yeah. So we'll have to see how this all goes. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, we're getting down to the end here. Last two picks.
yeah, I'm pretty tired.
I'm pretty
I'm
tired
starting
by
to zone
darn
out a
self.
little bit here.
I got to get up in the morning too because I have to go help a friend with something.
Oh, thank God I don't got work tomorrow.
No, I don't have to work. Like I don't have to be anywhere until about 10. But
Oh, I don't have to be anywhere at all. Period. Dead stop.
yeah. I promised one of our friends that I would go help him with something, and
Gotcha.
he decided to order breakfast for us from somewhere, so I got to go pick that up and meet him at his place and walk him through what he wants to do, and then
Gotcha.
I'm gonna come home and chill out for a little bit, and then the wife and I have been talking about going out to like a Goodwill to look for knickknacks and stuff for the apartment.
Okay, I missed the last part of that, but okay.
Uh, the wife and I are talking about going out to like a Goodwill to look for knickknacks for our apartment.
You're not gonna believe this.
What?
It cut out when you were saying it again.
The wife and I are gonna go to a Goodwill to look for knickknacks for our apartment tomorrow after I help our friend.
You wanna know what's really funny?
Did it do it again?
It almost did it again. I caught enough of it to hear Goodwill, knickknacks, apartment, and being able to piece enough of it together now.
I think even my microphone is getting tired.
I have no idea. For
Maybe
some
it just
reason, that
doesn't like
very
the word
specific
knickknacks.
phrase it did not like. I don't know.
Yeah, it did not like that phrase.
Every time you brought up Goodwill, it was like, nah, fuck that shit.
Oh, so let's see what the
49ers pick is in.
Niners gonna do.
Their pick is in.
Mm-hmm.
And I just noticed it because I wasn't paying attention. But I did notice that the clock was ticking earlier, so within the last minute or so, they must have put in their pick. Nope, Commissioner is making his way to the stage. Thank goodness.
You're ahead of me now.
He only just started making his way to the stage.
Long way ahead of me.
Am
I'm
I really?
still watching them fucking talk at the table.
Oh, yeah, no, he's already, like, making his way to the podium. Like, he's at the podium now. What are we doing, 49ers?
Okay.
Boy, do I not like that pick.
I missed it entirely.
What?
I missed it entirely.
You missed the pick?
Yep.
Do you want me to tell you who it is?
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. I don't get me wrong. I had him as a second to third round wide receiver. Like, he's not a bad player, but like, you want to talk about reaching.
That is a huge reach.
That's a bit of a reach.
There were so many better receivers available if you wanted to go
Like,
wide receiver.
what is a Dine Mitchell to you? Is he nothing? Is he a joke to you?
What about Johnny Newton? What is he to you?
Yeah, what is Johnny Newton? Oh. We just had a trade.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, we just had a trade.
Who are they after?
At the end of the first round, too. They only moved up one place.
Yep.
So what did they give up, and what did they want?
The question is maybe because they gave up, what's his name, right? Their edge rusher, Brian Mitchell, was it? No,
Oh.
not Mitchell. What was his name?
I know who you're
Burns.
talking about. Yeah, Burns. 6th round pick.
They get a 6th-round pick. They gave up their second.
Oh,
and
they gave up their
a fifth.
second and fifth.
That's not bad at all.
No.
That's really reasonable. That's a tiny.
I mean, to be fair, it is only one pick we're talking, but still, like
it's a tiny bit of business from the Panthers.
What do they want though?
I would say either a center.
Also, what did they want where they had to move up one spot to do it?
I mean, maybe they want a wide receiver.
One spot?
Adonai Mitchell. They were afraid the Bills were going to grab him.
Yeah, but obviously if their Bills were willing to play ball with him, they obviously weren't.
Or maybe the Bills are just willing to bide their time.
Maybe. I don't know. This just feels weird. Moving, like, granted, you didn't give up a lot to move up one spot, but it's still weird.
Yeah, I would take JPJ here if I were them.
Again, you could have taken him tomorrow morning, though. Why?
Again, I don't think you're wrong, but
maybe
they were worried
were
somebody else. The other thing is they could be worried that somebody else was willing to move into the bottom of the first to try to grab Jackson Powers Johnson.
Maybe. I don't know who, though.
I mean, there's a few teams that could have.
Yeah, I don't know. If they really wanted to, though, they could have, because Buffalo only came away with a 5th-round pick. If somebody else wanted to, they could have easily offered a 4th or a 3rd and taken it. Like, so I don't know.
Again, I feel like this was insurance.
It probably is. You're probably right. It probably was just an insurance pick. It just feels a little weird, though. Like, all the other insurance picks, all of them have mostly made sense. This one makes the least amount of sense for me so far. I guess we'll see who they pick. Depending on who they pick might change my mind. Because if they pick just some I don't want to say nobody, but roughly, somebody who we know for sure would go in the 3rd round or something like that. Yeah. I'll be like, that's so not worth that.
Pick.
Yeah. I gotta be like, that's so not worth
whatever his name was, the tackle from that Green Bay grabbed.
Yeah. And you're just hating on Green Bay.
Oh,
to be fair,
I'm not
that
hating.
was kind of a bad pick.
I love it. Good job, Green Bay.
To be fair, that was a question mark pick.
I can't wait to grade this draft in total on our next podcast.
Most people have done pretty well, actually.
They have, but I get to lambast Green Bay.
There's only a handful of teams so far where I've gone like, man, that's an interesting choice you made.
We'll see what some of these guys like Green Bay and Tampa Bay, and you know what, even the Cowboys do in the later rounds.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Final pick of the 1st round. Who are the Panthers selecting?
I really feel like you could have gotten him tomorrow.
I absolutely think you could have gotten him tomorrow. In fact, you could have gotten him in the late 2nd round, probably.
Yeah. I don't get that at all.
Don't get me wrong. Great. I think an underrated wide receiver, honestly.
I agree with you. I think he's a very underrated wide receiver, and I think that's something, that's
like,
probably something that
I'll put it this way: it's not a bad pick; it's just a bad value at pick.
Yes, I agree. And moving up to get him made no sense.
No, granted, they only had to give up a 5th, so it's not like anything crazy, but it's still like you had to give up something for him.
Yeah, I don't get that at all.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't know, man.
Whatever. So that brings the first round to the close. We will. I will have this up as soon as I can, and we will see you next week when we get to talk about the entire draft and what everybody has picked, and we will. And we will grade all of the teams so far. I'm telling you right now, because I know they don't have a day 2 pick, I'm still giving Minnesota an A. I don't care what they do in the 6th and 7th rounds at this point. They get an A. Good job, Minnesota. I'm very happy for you.
I gotta wait and see what else happens first before I give any ahead grades.
I mean, if they do something wacky and move into a day 2 position by giving up something somewhere down the line, I'll be like, what? Depending on what they grab.
Dude, I'd be more like, where is this Vikings coming from? This is not normal Vikings behavior.
No, because normally we trade back, not up.
Yeah. We traded up twice this draft.
Twice?
Damn.
Yeah.
Granted, not a lot, but still.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, it didn't need to be a lot, though.
Still shoring up the players that we wanted.
Absolutely.
Like I said, we identified 2 players. We want these players. We're going to do what we can to get them without overpaying for them.
100%. And we got our QB of the future. We got a great edge rusher to replace Danielle Hunter, and I think that's exactly what we were looking for.
Yes. So. I think we came away with the best options that we could, given the circumstances of everything.
Exactly.
Involved.
I do think we wanted to move up and try and grab Drake May, but I don't think that was ever going to happen.
You and I discussed it. If they had to trade away both their first round picks to get Drake May, worth it. If they have to trade up both their first round picks to get J.J. McCarthy, maybe not so worth it. Thankfully, they didn't. No, and because of that, I'm happy with the pick. If they would have had to have traded both first round picks to get him, then I would have been a little bit more like, okay, but man, that was expensive. Now, without having that being a factor and still being able to pick a second time in the draft and getting another edge, this was a far better draft than even I was originally expecting. I was expecting us to spend big to get the one piece and go, okay, we're happy.
Yeah, but we managed to.
We in fact came away with a lot more than that.
Yep, we managed to spend small and do the right things, and you know what?
Yep.
I think that this first round may just have saved Adolfo Mensa his job.
May have saved KOC his job too. Yeah.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how McCarthy develops.
Yes.
Especially in comparison.
But you know that most people are going to look at this draft and go, okay, McCarthy earned himself a pass, even if we have a bad year this year. We're not gonna call for him to be immediately fired because, well, he was working with Sam Darnold and a rookie rookie
KOC
quarterback.
Earned a pass.
Yeah, so he earned himself at least a 1-year pass.
Yep. All right. We'll see you all next week. This has been real. It's been fun. It's been a special episode of us looking at the first.
Has it been real fun though?
We've been looking at the first round of the 2024 NFL Draft. We're going to sign out here because both of us are exhausted and need to hit the rack. We will tell all of you. We hope that you have a great rest of your night, a great rest of your week. Go ahead. I want you all to stay awesome, stay bearded,